Welcome back to Don't Shoot the Messenger. I'm your host, Juan Luis Torres Jr. Back with special guests, my cousin Omar.
Yo.
My homeboy Jonathan.
How y'all doing, man?
AKA Trapparelrx. Yeah, that's his clothing brand. You see that shit that you got on right now?
Oh, yeah.
That's that shit. You don't
What does
just...
it say on the back? Nothing?
Nothing on the back.
Nothing on the back?
Oh, clean. No. So shit. How's everybody's day, bro? You had a good day, Omar? You still recovering?
Went to work.
Went to work?
Yeah.
Get your mind off things. Cool. I like to do that too whenever like I'm going through a rough patch.
Shut up.
When I'm going through a rough patch, I like to just go to work and not think about real life, you know.
Hit that overtime, you know.
Yeah, disassociate. Now, the reason I'm saying that because I don't know if you could tell by the his tattoos and shit. Let me see. They got 2 hours on one arm.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So context clues, right? This is a big Drake fan right here, and also over there too. We got a little.
This is not why I got my tattoos.
That's not why you got the.
No.
Repping
Hold
OVO.
on. Can you
No.
see that on the camera? All right, cool. I just want to be, but nah. You got the our one first. I'm just.
Don't
saying.
make me fire up your weak ass tattoos. If you don't pull your little shit back, this nigga got a
We're not
pistol
talking about
with
me right now.
flowers.
We're not talking about. We'll get to that another time. Hey,
Pull up your shirt.
nah, we'll get to that another time. We're introducing you right now.
Keep it down. Keep your shirt down.
Yeah.
This just didn't
Bro,
turn into a
keep
roast session. I'm finna go on his ass.
Keep the cameras going, bitch. This nigga, you're not paid to laugh.
Pick up
You're
your
on my
shirt.
side. You're on my side. You fucking laugh at this nigga's jokes.
Pick
I'm
up your
you
shirt
fired.
and show some titty. That nigga
Look,
got the same
you
tattoo
can-
my dad got. This
You can see
nigga
that
a
on the
dick
camera or
rider.
not? You can see that or not? Man, bitch, do your job, ho. I'm about to. I swear to God, bro.
You can't even see that little ass shit.
All right, but look, you can see that.
That nigga got
That's
that
what
off
I
my
got.
dad. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Dick
Who'd you get that off?
The most famous person in the world.
So
I
I'm
mean-
dick riding them.
You dick riding my father.
My dad had this too,
My dad
motherfucker.
had it first.
All right, well,
So what do you have? Is it generational?
I guess so. I guess so on both of our parts. I guess it just runs in the family, bro. God damn. Nah, this has been a crazy couple of days, you know? Like, this week, bro, we've been getting some crazy ass fucking news. You know about the aliens and shit? You been hearing about that? About New Jersey?
Yeah, they're all over.
You haven't heard about that for real? You haven't heard about that shit, David?
Gotta pull it up now.
Yeah. Bitch, you connected to that TV or not?
Nah, but they've been hovering over there, coming out the water or
Yeah.
whatever.
Man, you haven't seen it, bro? Like, they have video footage of, like, bro, like 50 of them hoes
Nah, for real.
coming out the water, bro.
Over the
Like,
water, like crazy hovering and everything.
only in New Jersey. I don't know what it is. Like,
You think it's real?
I
Or
don't-
it's just
I don't
like
think it's real.
Project
like,
Bluebeam, low key. If you know, you know.
Yeah, okay, so you haven't heard of Project Bluebeam?
You me?
Blue. No, not what you did to Drake. Not that you blew his meat. We're talking about. We're talking about.
Wait a minute.
Blue Beam.
Blue Beam. Project Blue Beam.
Yeah, you never heard of that?
Uh-uh.
All right, so basically it's a.
In my hand.
Huh? Shut up, bitch. Wait, what did you say? Oh, he's trying to cut me off. My bad. You're right. My bad. You're doing your job. After I get to a certain point, you're supposed to cut me off because it's not marketable. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just be talking about shit to like everybody. You know, it doesn't connect to everybody. But fuck that. So look, Project Bluebeam, right? Basic conspiracy theory says like the government, like basically they know about the aliens, or not that they know that it's them, basically, right? It's their machines.
Yeah.
And they're basically not saying nothing about it because they want to unify everybody in the world against like a common enemy, against like aliens. You know what I'm saying? Like, and basically like all of our problems that we have right now, like basically erase everything and just be like, hey, I need to listen to us because there's aliens and shit, and like we're the only ones that can protect you type shit. Yeah, you know?
New world order, one world order type of thing.
Yeah, you know, because what would like unify people? Like, I mean, bro, look at what people did for COVID, bro. You know what I'm saying? Look how
Real
people
talk.
like fought in line for COVID. You know, only a couple people like really like push back. And so the Georgia Guidestones, people say it's art, you know, like it's satirical, made to like just cause up, like stir people and shit.
Uh-huh.
But basically, it's like 6 fucking pillars, right? And on each side is a different language, and it's like rules, basically like rules for basically like a new world.
The commandments?
No, like rules for a new world, basically. Like it's crazy, and it talks about minimalizing the population to like below 500,000 or like 500 million.
What is it called?
Damn, what
Georgia
are we at right now,
Guidestones.
like 5 billion?
Guide?
Guide stones, yeah. You seen it?
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
So look, on each side, it's like different languages. Like basically like the like founding languages or like the essential languages. Like I think it's Spanish, like Arabic, a bunch of different languages on each side. And like, what are the rules? It has rules on there, right? Or some type of shit. Basically, it's like a new world order type thing that they like. It's rules for like a new world, like the world after whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? So it says to keep fucking the population below like 500 million in perpetual harmony with nature. Like basically saying that like we're overpopulated right now. You know?
I feel like we're not though. You know.
I think we're not either. Yeah, I think it's like
Too
a fucking dude. There's so much land,
Right,
and so much
right.
shit, bro. I think that like I don't know, like bro, just in Texas, bro. Like I think they said that you could fit the entire planet, like everybody in the world in Texas.
I wouldn't doubt it with all the
wouldn't-
land we
dude,
have opened and
so
everything.
much, bro. We have so much fucking land. Like, and if you look at a map, like all the like shit that, bro, it's tiny. Like Houston, even though it's a big ass city, it's a tiny fucking like percentage of Texas.
Right, right.
You know, like bro, there's so much that's just not don't fucking have anything out there. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy.
True that.
Like that's just why, and all across the country, bro. Like so, how is it like? Imagine that all across the world. You know, like there's no way that we don't have like enough research for everybody.
Those guide stones were made by a guy in 1986, and basically, like that was just his writing.
But like, what else does it say? I don't believe you for shit.
I'm reading it right now.
What does it say?
That they were made in 1982
Yeah.
by a guy named. Let me see, where's this nigga's name? I just seen it. Robert Christian. His name is Robert Christian or R.C. Christian. Yeah, and he had wrote a book around the same time.
About what?
About just
Same shit.
yeah.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like this is just like building that conspiracy theory of like, whatever the government is trying to, basically we're overpopulated, basically, and they're trying to keep us in harmony or not even in harmony, but just like basically have the next world order like be something that like they control,
I feel like they already control everything.
They do, but I mean, there's also like people like us, people like that think contrary, that try to do other things and like don't, whatever, like.
We're not like China yet. Like no offense to anything,
Yeah.
but they don't own anything really. They're renting everything out.
Yeah.
They're all kind of clustered in apartments. And
We don't
no
own
homes.
shit either, though. At the
Technically,
end
we
of the day,
don't. I mean, you're right. We don't.
You buy a house, guess what? You got to pay taxes.
Nah,
Yeah.
that's real talk.
You don't
on the
pay those
land,
taxes, boom, they take it away from you.
It's just crazy, bro.
We
It's
don't
just-
own nothing. It's
we
an
don't.
illusion.
everything. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm with you on that.
It is.
too.
It really is, bro. This whole, like, what did they say? There's even that conspiracy theory being like that they made the world's like largest outdoor prison. Like, everything is just a large, open air prison.
Yeah.
Like there's only so far you can drive. Like there's only so far you can fucking, you know what I mean? Like even if you drive somewhere, you go somewhere different. Like there's still, there's policemen or guards. You know what I'm saying? Like can't do really. It's like the illusion of
Like
freedom.
you can't go into the Grand Canyon
Yeah.
type
So,
shit.
yeah, they got that blocked off with
Yeah,
people.
like you can't go in there.
Like what is freedom? If what is real freedom?
And
But who the
whatever.
fuck? Well, really, like, I mean, yeah, you can try to go in there, but that's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
deep ass thing. You'll get lost.
Yeah.
You'll eat.
Hey,
is
people talk about that leading to like Africa and everything.
Bro, have you heard about that?
That's where Wakanda's really at.
Yeah.
No,
That's the
I've
entrance.
heard I've seen like shit. They were saying like there's actually like pyramids in there,
Yeah.
and that
Hieroglyphics. People see like all
yeah,
type of shit coming out of there.
mhm.
But I don't know. There was a guy on Joe Rogan talking about that like that's the entrance to what is it, Egypt, Africa, basically.
Africa,
Yeah,
right?
Egypt.
That's
Because yeah, the pyramids and shit. Like, and why don't they let you down there? Like, or why don't they like? And if like Area 51 is like a real place, right? Like they declassified it. They said before I think it was before like 2020. They never acknowledged it. They never said it was a real place. But now like say, oh yeah, it is real. Like, I don't know. There's just so much shit that they know that like they don't tell us. And going back to these drone shits, bro, like
Damn.
that's fucking like I don't know. I believe I heard one like major theory that I heard was that basically they're scouting that it is our shit, but that they're scouting for like a missing nuclear bomb. Have you guys heard this shit?
I've heard we're missing 8 of them total.
God damn.
how do you miss a fucking nuclear bomb? You know what I mean?
I
Like,
mean, you know,
yeah, lost or whatever the
I
fuck.
left
But like,
that at my cousins.
yeah, but so apparently I heard some shit that like somebody stole a nuclear bomb and that is in New Jersey. Like it was a bomb for like intended for Ukraine, and like they have it, and it was in New Jersey, and that's what they're like scanning for. Like some people have videos of them like scan, like it's just crazy. Like I don't know why the fuck like whenever it first came out, like everybody's like, oh shit, these are drones. Like you know that they're drones. Like so like it's not nothing crazy. You know what I mean? Like they're drones. Like we know what they are. Like if they were fucking anything else, like we would be like, oh, these are unidentified, you know, aerial phenomenon, like shit. But no, they're drones. Like we see they be crashing and shit. Like I don't know if you've seen like they crashed. A couple of them crashed and shit. Like
nah.
like bro, like. And it's crazy that like, well, I mean, I guess I get it. Like, if that's the case, if there really was like a nuclear bomb that they're looking for, like, I guess that like, you know, that would make sense why they wouldn't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Why the government wouldn't say anything. Because, you know, they wouldn't want to be like, hey, we're looking for this shit, blah, 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 this is not, you know, whatever the fuck, I get it. But at the same time, like, why are they withholding shit from the people? You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's not nothing, like, we should know. But I don't know, though. That shit's crazy. But shit, have y'all heard about that fucking Luigi?
Oh yeah,
Luigi,
that's
bro?
crazy. Dude shot that other guy.
Have you?
Oh yeah.
That shit's amazing, bro. One time
I mean,
for
everything
Luigi.
is kind of happening after that happened. You know.
Yeah, one time for Luigi, bro. That shit's fucking man.
I don't even think he did it.
I don't think so. Either,
I think
bro.
they're blackmailing the fuck out of him.
For real. Well, I think that like there's like
I think they got dirt on him and they're blackmailing the
For
fuck
real?
out. Yeah, man. Ain't nobody gonna take a rap like that.
oh like well I think that maybe I think he's taking the rap for sure. I think he's taking the rap, but I don't think he's the one that did it. There's a bunch of like
Nah, me neither.
pictures of like differences of them and shit.
The
like,
unibrow
yeah,
and the eyebrow distance apart.
I think that's the most like shocking like evidence to be like, bro, he has like these.
I don't fucking know.
You haven't seen it? Yeah, but they have like these. He has these like big ass bushy eyebrows, bro, and like the nigga that did it has like these nice ass like whatever, they're just regular eyebrows.
Yeah.
And you know, I don't know. I feel like it's like Assassin's Creed type shit. Like they have this one called Assassin's Creed Brotherhood.
I haven't played it.
It's like an older one, but it's where like same type of shit where they have like a group of guys where it's like 8 dudes, but they all look like very similar. Like you know,
And they just be killing people.
and they kill people and then like they let one of them take the rap and shit like that. Like,
Damn.
but it's like they do it for like the real like basically like what Luigi's doing. Like, bro, like these are bad people. You know what I'm saying? Bro, they did a death count. Like how many people that Brian Thompson, the CEO, how many people died underneath his like
His presidency or
yeah
whatever.
presiding over over United Healthcare, and because of how much like denying of healthcare, that's why all this happened, because United Healthcare. And recently, just before that happened too, you know, they had said that they were no longer covering anesthesia.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's like right before that happened. It might have been like the thing that a lot of people point to that because they said they cover anesthesia, but they said up to a certain point they're not covering anymore, and you need anesthesia for for surgeries. So that was one of the reasons that people say like that might have just happened and shit. But they do it for a good cause, bro. This is like these. Oh my bad, I was saying about the death count. They said that like around 40,000 people, bro,
40,000
died because they were denied coverage. Like, bro, that shit is so wild, bro. In this country, bro, it's just so wild too. Like how, like the money system is set up, like or the laws and everything is set up, because it's only really meant to affect the poor people,
I don't know, man.
Why? What do you think?
I mean,
Try to put it a little closer.
like the poor as in middle class too, you call it? Okay, then,
Exactly. Yeah, bro. Like, cause anybody that's not in the 1% is not, what I'm saying, like, is not up there. They're not set. You know what I'm saying? We're not set.
Right.
So, huh? What did you say?
Talking shit.
What did you say?
I said, oh, sorry.
What am I supposed to do?
What am I supposed to do?
Nah, anyways, but cause bro, like, why is a speeding ticket like, bro, like $300? You know what I mean? Like, bro, anybody that's doing well for themselves would be like, fuck that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. And anybody, bro, even the laws like for being a lawyer, like, that's fucking wild for me. I really thought my entire life, like growing up, I was like, man, like bad people do bad shit and then they go away. You know what I'm saying? Like everything happens, everything works out. You know what I'm saying? But hell nah, like.
That money
Fuck
talks,
no,
bro.
like that's crazy. That's why it's crazy. It's like, and it's just known too, right? Like that's just a known thing that like if you get a good lawyer, you're gonna get off. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like That's just a known thing. Like, that's fucking wild as fuck. You know what I mean?
They
Like,
gotta
bro.
know the judge, the jury.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it don't even really matter, like, what they... I mean, of course, it probably does matter what they actually
It
know.
does,
like, you know,
I mean, yeah.
but those things as well, like, the things that you don't learn in school and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, that will get you to sway, whatever.
Yeah, I hear you.
Like, that's crazy, bro. It is really pay to play, and it's really just affecting the lower people, you know? Like, bro, a passport's fucking, like, $160, bro.
Uh-huh.
Like, I'm just saying, like, this shit is only affecting the people who don't have that much, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's just so wild to me, you know what I'm saying? This is just crazy, but this is a world we fucking live in where Drake is at the top and people like Kendrick just get fucking skipped.
This nigga crying
Overlooked.
over $160, guys.
I mean, I got it. I'm just saying he don't got it.
I mean,
you wanting to go.
Hey, even
Nah,
coming down to that,
$160
though,
for a
man.
passport?
But I'm saying
bad,
that's
bro.
not. I'm not saying that is bad. But I'm saying it only affects. I'm saying it only affects people
Did
that.
you know a McDouble is $1.25 for now?
It's outrageous. This is outrage.
That shit used to be 99 cents.
No more dollar menu.
Nah, baby, but you know what I mean? Like, it only affects the people at the lowest ring, you know what I'm saying? So,
Well,
it's
they
just
shouldn't
crazy.
be going anywhere if they ain't got no money on.
Hey,
That's bullshit, bro.
He's got a good point, because
Nah,
what are you
bro.
going to do?
We're supposed to be living on this earth fucking bro, like children, like animals, bro, like for real.
I
They
believe
fucking
that.
commodified everything, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like,
If it was like that, then more people would be dead.
Yeah.
yeah, but that's life. That's life,
He
bro.
went from healthcare, all these people dying.
I'm not saying that, bro. Okay, but that's because one person's decision, bro. Like, if somebody dies,
No, think about it.
if somebody dies in
if this
nature,
was Animal Planet,
yeah, that's real life,
the
bro.
strongest
like, people
survive
would-
for real.
Yes,
like it
bro.
didn't even matter if you're sick.
That's
you're
how it
just
would
dying.
be. That's how it would be. And bro, imagine how the race would be. Okay, nah, this is fucking ridiculous. I shouldn't even say it. That's
you're already
eugenics.
there, man. You gotta
I'm going
go.
to eugenics. You know what eugenics is?
Uh-uh.
Eugenics is basically like Hitler shit. Like talking about, oh, I want to save the best of my race. I want to, basically selectively breed my people to where like we're only the best. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you're saying, the survival of the
I didn't
fittest.
say that
No,
at all.
but no, I'm just saying. Let me finish.
was talking about breeding
Let me
people.
finish. I'm saying.
I was just talking
I'm saying survival of the fittest, right? Like that's what it would be. Like,
Yeah.
and then like, bro, you ever seen that shit that anime Invincible?
Nah.
You ever seen
Oh,
that
yeah,
shit?
yeah,
That
I
was
seen
cool.
it, yeah.
But basically, that's what happens. Like all the fucking people
They
just
went to
fucking
war and-
yeah, but only the best people fucking survive. So all the people in their race now are just fucking like stone cold
The
killers and
elite,
shit.
yeah.
You know, like so it's crazy. But I mean, bro, like I'm saying, if that were to happen, bro, like and people were to pass like in nature, like
now it's
naturally,
too late. People got guns and shit, but
I think we could still do it,
well,
bro.
I think
Like
really.
we could do it, bro. Where we would have badass shit too. Like we would have Wi-Fi. We would have badass water. Like why couldn't we just fucking, you know, like what is one? There's this one fucking. It was a cult, right? So maybe that's not the best idea or best example. But it's a cult called. It was a documentary called Wild Wild West. I don't know if y'all seen it. A long ass time ago, but basically,
Yellowstone type thing?
kind of yeah. They were in Yellowstone. I think they were over there. They like set up in like Seattle area.
Uh-huh.
Like a camp, like by themselves. They had their own city, right? And it was just like it was a religious thing. Like, you know, people wanted to follow this guy's religion. He was fucking hilarious too. He was all like, he was an Indian guy. I forget what his name is, but he was like, you know, one thing I remember he said, he was like, you know, the democracy is for the people, by the people, of the people. But the people are retarded. He literally said that shit, bro. Like, that shit's funny. He's like, the people are retarded. Like, and I don't know. So a lot of people were following him, right? And they went out to his land, whatever, out there, and basically they built their own city. Like, they had people that knew electricity. They had people that knew construction. They had people that knew like all type of shit. They had running water. They had electricity, all type of shit. And like, you know, maybe they had to pay some money to the government, you know, like just to have the land and everything, you know. But they were basically sustainable. You know, like, I don't see why we couldn't do some shit like that, like, now, you know, like, basically everybody, you know, we all have these things and have a barter system, you know what I'm saying? Like, I do this for you, you do this for me, you know what I'm saying? Like, we all
I
help
believe
each
we
other.
began like that, bro.
For
back,
sure.
Like back in the day. I mean,
For
I'd
sure.
love to live off the land like you're talking about.
Yeah, that's
and one day
the
I
end
will.
goal. That's the end goal, for sure.
But like, who would want to go with you? If they don't, you can't do anything about
Yeah,
it.
but
Yeah.
like
I think there's a lot of people that feel like that, though.
Okay, like all that shit sounds good, but like we're spoiled.
I don't think so, bro.
We
I think
are.
We are.
Bro, we're sitting in a room with AC.
No,
okay,
yeah,
but
we
we
are.
could have that though. Like, why wouldn't we be able to have that?
You know how to
wouldn't.
build an AC unit?
Somebody knows how to build a fucking AC unit.
But
Like,
that's
we
what I'm
have that
saying.
information,
so why
bro.
would that guy do whatever you say?
Because, bro,
Or,
because, like,
anyone says.
Yeah. No, you're right. Because, bro,
You know how
it's,
to build one of these?
no, I don't. But
No.
somebody does. The information's out there, right? Like, we could do it, right?
But-
It's possible. And the only thing, the only reason that you're saying that a person wouldn't do it is because they don't feel like they're like incentivized or they don't get anything from it, right?
Exactly.
But
No one's
wouldn't
gonna
you-
do something.
But
if
wouldn't
they
you
don't
think
get
that
nothing
like?
from it.
But then that's what capitalism is, right? That's what American capitalism is right now. You don't do nothing unless you get paid for it, and not even just paid for it, but like, you know, because you can't even get paid what you're worth in capitalism. Because if you do, then whoever's, you know, you're not making any profit, you know. So like whatever you're making, you know, you have to make profit on top of that.
And
to
then
not-
like,
to, you know,
like what you're saying, like live off land and shit. Like, I don't know how to fucking farm. I
you don't
can't-
know that right now,
can't
but
tell
nigga,
you.
imagine how hard it would be. It's not hard, bro. Like,
How do you know?
what do you mean,
You've
bro?
never had that issue.
I don't think it's that
If we
hard,
wake
bro.
up, I could go to the store and get whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah, that's fine. But bro, you don't think you could wait
No.
fucking 2 weeks?
No, because guess
Bro,
what? I
but
go
you
to
would
my
still,
fucking fridge, I
but
get
you would still
whatever I
have
want.
that, bro. Like I don't.
You won't.
Yes, you will. Why not?
If you're saying living off the land,
Why? But why wouldn't you be able to have electricity if we have electricity right now?
because
Why
I don't know
wouldn't
how to
you?
run electricity.
Okay, because you don't doesn't mean that it's not possible.
Okay,
What I'm saying is
Let's
somebody
talk about-
knows, somebody can do it, right? And somebody, what they would
you're gonna
get.
have to pay them.
No, you won't. That's what I'm saying. This universe
What?
that I'm saying, this world that I'm talking about, this new world, right? Whatever, doesn't have any money. That's what we're talking about.
So
That's
you're
how
talking
we
about
would have to be.
communism.
No, no, because at that point, still there's people that
That's
are.
everything being equal. That's what the idea.
No,
of
no,
communist
because
is.
communism, there's still people, there's still a government on
Yeah,
top.
the government.
Yeah, so there's not equal. There's not equality. There's
So
no
then
government.
who's gonna run the shit?
Everybody, bro. Like if some shit happens, bro, like you take care of your family. You have your village, bro. Like you know what I'm saying. I think we
But
could
that's
do
what
it, bro.
I'm saying. You're not even hearing it. Like
I
you're
am hearing
saying
it.
what
You're
you
not
just
hearing
said. No, you just said it. I'm gonna
What?
take care of my family.
Yeah,
So the guy
But, like, why
that's
couldn't
doing
it be-
your AC unit, you think
Mhm.
he's not gonna take care of his family first?
but like, why can't we all just be a big family?
'Cause that's not how it works.
For real, I'm
Nah,
dead
it don't
ass.
work like that.
I know what you're saying.
That's
like you
not
know, there's
how
all
it
these
works.
things, but bro, yeah, it
As
could, bro.
human
It really
beings,
could.
bro,
I
we-
think it's just like barriers that we
Nah.
put up for each other. You know what I'm saying? Like it's tribalism. I know what you're saying. Like you know, oh, we have problems with these people. We're not gonna help with that. And I get that might be how it be. You know what I'm saying? But your job, I guess, would be in this new world to make as many friends as you can. Fucking have a family. You know what I'm saying? Don't fuck with people. Don't cross people, and then you won't have no problems.
Yeah, but how am I gonna eat?
You're gonna eat. Like we're gonna have a family. We have people that me and you are the men. We're gonna go hunt. You know what I'm saying? Like, or we're gonna go
People are
fucking
gonna hunt us.
make burgers. No, they're not, bro. Like,
not?
because there's shit to do. Like, there's abundance of shit, bro. The only reason you think like that right now is because capitalism has you think like that. There's not a lot that we would be running out of food.
No, I
like,
think there's a lot of everything. That's
Yeah.
why we're spoiled. That's why I'm saying we're spoiled as fuck. As
Yeah.
people, like our gen,
in the city, like,
Like,
and because of the
everywhere.
society
No,
too.
our what's it called? Our era of living is spoiled.
Yeah.
100 years ago, you couldn't chill in the room and you had to be outside because it was so fucking hot. No one wanted to be inside. It's just like when we were kids. There was no internet. There was no shit like that. We were outside playing.
So what are we talking about? 100 years ago? Yeah. But what about today?
We're spoiled.
Okay, but we have everything we need, bro. Like.
Yes, because it's easy.
And we can still
it's
do it,
easy
bro.
to-
I just believe we could do it. I'm just saying. That's
It's
just my
easy
that's just my.
access.
We
my
can
outlook.
definitely do it, but you'd have to be cut out for the part.
And I think a lot of people would probably die out in the first couple
They really
generations.
would. They really would.
You know, like, and it is what it is. It's nature, you know. But at the same time, I think that, you know, it probably would be worth it to be able to, you know, go to a new world that, like, you know, everybody just looks out for each other, like, you know. And
Well, yeah,
of course,
it
that
sounds
sounds
good.
ridiculous. Like, it doesn't.
That's a good idea.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know
But
if
I don't think it would ever be like that.
I think it could, bro. I really do think it could. Like, and that's what I
'Cause
think this
people ain't like
entire.
that.
I think that's what this entire Drake and Kendrick beef is about. You know what I'm saying?
Nah.
That's literally what it is, bro. Like, I think that, you know, people that I just you ever heard that shit where it said like the guy who thinks he can do it and there's a guy who thinks he can't do it and both of them are right.
Huh?
Yeah. There's a guy
What
who
the fuck
thinks
are you talking about?
there's a guy who thinks he can do it. There's a guy who thinks he can do it and there's a guy who thinks he can't do it.
But what are you talking about?
What? What are you doing? What? Do you hear what I said?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Okay,
But
tell me what I just
there's
said.
no
Tell me what I
correlation
just said.
with anything you're saying.
Tell me what I just
You
said.
started talking about the world being
Okay,
peaceful.
okay. Tell me what I just said. The words I just said. Tell me what I just said. Huh? Anyways, say what I just said.
There's a guy who thinks he can do it, and there's a guy that thinks he can't do it.
Yes.
Okay.
And what did I just say after that?
I didn't fucking listen.
Yeah, exactly. That's the fucking problem. Huh?
That they're both right.
Yeah. Hold on.
Yeah,
Let's say it
yeah.
right for the microphones because they didn't get it right. So say it again.
Bitch, I ain't saying nothing. I
Yeah.
already said it once.
Okay, so I'm gonna say it again for the niggas that don't know how to listen. So there's a guy, or if it helps you, there's a train that thinks he can do it. There's a little train who thinks he can, and there's a little train that thinks he can't do it, and they're both right. Let that sink in for a second.
The power of the mind, you know.
I know it's breaking your little brain right now, but just try to think.
That shit don't even make any sense what
I know.
he's saying.
Okay.
Nah, it does.
No, it don't. Because
let him-
what is this referring to?
Like in general, like for living,
Switch the
like
cameras,
living
hoe
on
ass
the
nigga.
land. You feel me?
God
Living
damn.
on the
Bitch,
land,
give me that
yes.
shit back for real.
The living on the land part.
God damn.
Okay, living on the were you talking about living on the land, or you were
I'm
talking about Kendrick
anything,
Lamar and
anything,
Drake?
anything.
That's
bro.
why I don't know what the
I'm
fuck he's
talking about
talking about.
everything, bro.
The
I'm
Kendrick
talking about
and
everything.
Drake threw me off.
It's about everything. That's
But
what I'm
the
saying.
mind, the power of the mind, like, if
what
you
I'm
think you
saying
can
with
do
the
it-
Kendrick and Drake shit is I'm saying that it's the same shit as what I'm saying right now. Like, because Kendrick's literally talking about, he literally said, I don't know if you're a big, Kendrick fan like I am.
Not
But
as
like-
big as you were. I know you.
Yeah. But in Watch the Party Die, right? He's talking about, I see a new earth filled with beautiful people making humanity work. Like, that's literally what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, people put that bullshit aside, put that, capitalism shit aside, trying to make a dollar off somebody else. Like, really just try to help each other. Like, I don't know. I think there's a way we could do it. And obviously, you don't think that.
I don't.
Okay, well, and that's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
I know people. People are not like that.
Yeah, not anymore.
I know people like that too. I'm saying I understand, and that's the thing I'm trying to say too is like you can't just fucking act like it's a fucking fairy tale land, right? We can't ignore realities, and that's what I'm saying. It's not beautiful. The picture that I'm painting and shit is not like all good, all everything. Like no, like it's life. You know what I'm saying? People are gonna die. Like that's life. Like
People are gonna turn on each other.
people are gonna
at
turn
one
on each other,
point.
and people are gonna die. It is what it is. But like I don't know. I think the best way to do it, bro, is really just look out for each other for real. Like I think it can work, bro, for real. I really do think we can do it. But it just it's gonna take a long time too for a lot of people to get that different type of like mentality, I guess, to be like
We're already past that. I feel
What?
like
past what?
as a people.
How are you gonna say we're past something, bro? Like when we're
Because
like
that's
or something like
that's
that.
maybe
I would
how
say.
it started.
Yeah, I mean, we did begin
No.
like that.
That's how it
hell
started.
What
Yeah.
like what
I
do you
mean,
mean like in the
everyone was
Bible, like in the beginning days?
Well, no, just
13
like in
colonies in
people,
America.
Nah, but that's a government. That's British colonialism.
Well, not even before that. There was tribes that were helping each other. Shit
Native
like that.
American tribes. Native American tribes were, and then what happened to them?
Even before that, bro. Even before that.
Yeah, but what happened to them? Like,
They died.
no, they turned into Native Americans and shit, right? Like, because that was where they were at the time, whatever. And yeah, they died, but capitalism, the British colonialism, Britain, all the 13 colonies and shit, literally came to America and exterminated all that shit. So, like, there's reservations today. You know what I'm saying?
but
Like, Indian
that's not
reservations.
What I'm talking about.
What you're talking about is tribes and, like,
no, but not those
people working
specific
together.
tribes. I'm talking about just in general, like the
but
first
those
humans.
type of tribes are the
Not-
Indians. They live off the
before,
land.
Like nigga, like
Even before we got here, like
yeah,
the
before
British,
even
they
before
had, like, tribe
even
versus
before
tribe,
no, not even that. Before that, there was fucking cavemen that worked together. Like
Yeah.
there was hunting part. Like they did all
Yeah.
that. There was berry pickers. There was
I don't know, man. I feel like
I just read a book, and you're kind of like on that line. I know where you're coming from, man.
what kind of book?
It was called like the creatives of humanity. Learning about the humans and how we began and everything, and kind of like where he's coming from. We came from all of that already.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's too late.
I think maybe
We're too
so
brainwashed,
what do
and
y'all
our
think
egos
about
and everything are
Yeah.
through the roof.
What do y'all think about like y'all know about the Anunnaki?
Yeah, I've heard about
You
them.
know about the Anunnaki?
Yeah.
You know about the Anunnaki? Stupid ass fucking mother.
Drop that in that grade, bro.
You wouldn't learn about this shit in school. You would not learn about this shit in school, bro. Nah, the Anunnaki are basically aliens, basically the first like aliens, right? And it's kind of like all the Egyptian hieroglyphs and shit like that. Basically, people that decipher that type of shit got back like that whatever happened in Egypt or whatever happened, basically that there was a moment in time where we were like primal, like you're saying, cavemen and shit. And then even in the Bible, bro, there's, they talk about Nephilim and they talk about that they were mixtures between gods and people,
Angels.
Right?
Yeah.
Gods, angels.
There's only
All right, whatever.
I mean, yeah, no, you're
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Like fallen angels and everything.
fallen angels. You're right. That they were fallen angels, and they mixed with the people, with the, what is it, the bipedal hominids
That's
that were
where
here.
Greek mythology comes from.
Yeah.
Because it's an interpretation of that.
But is
like
it?
you hear like Poseidon,
Yeah.
like
Do you think that
Zeus.
that's just a metaphor though, or do you think it's real? Like it's actually real?
I think it's a translation of what we're talking about. Like you were just saying how there was people that were so big and
Yeah,
strong.
that's what I'm saying. But that's what I mean.
I
like,
think that's what they seen.
so it was a real
that's
thing.
What they wrote
Yeah,
down.
right. That's what I mean. Like it was an actual.
I
like,
think so.
It's not just bullshit, is what I'm trying to say. Like it's not just come from nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Like or just metaphor.
Yeah.
Like.
Well, it could be
like
metaphor,
that guy right.
but we don't know.
Yeah. But there's just a bunch of evidence saying that, like, basically along the line somewhere, our evidence, well, not evidence, our DNA was like tampered with, and I think it even kind of, in the Bible it says it that they made, cross kind of breeds, between gods.
Basically,
and,
what they just said is that we're made in God's image.
Yeah.
I guess you could say that, but I mean,
And
not
that's
really.
because they're saying
that's a derivative
because
of
they're
that.
saying the shit that you're talking about. They
it's not
think
just-
those angels had sex with humans.
And
Yeah.
they did,
And
according
that's
to like that.
okay. So that's their image. We're in their image after that.
I mean,
know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
but it's not even just image. That would mean that we're literally God, half part gods ourselves. Like we have
No, they're
God in our
angels.
DNA.
Because they're
But if
angels,
they made,
they're not gods.
but if they, okay, yeah, well, angels then. We have not just human is what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? We're like it's not just.
We definitely
the
have a power
caveman.
that we're not tapped in with.
Yeah, and I think that like that's so what we're saying like where the cavemen were like that was where we were before, right?
Mm-hmm.
Before we are what we are right now, we were cavemen and ugly as fuck. We all look like David, like like ridiculous, and and then something happened along the line, and now we look like me, like more handsome, more fucking badass, chalan and shit. Nah, but so like, but what I'm saying is, do you think that like that urge or like that type of like mentality and shit is like a byproduct of that shit? Like, because like you're saying, like you're saying, we were cavemen at one time, like, and I even think that like, or this is some shit that I heard before of shit that like, there's certain shit that we're not supposed to even know, like that were giving to us by the gods, like that we were never supposed to know how to do. Technology, but also they say like writing. Like we're never supposed to know writing,
I've heard that.
or like we're never
writing.
like or counting or language even like like because it just seems crazy to me too that like I feel like to like how do you start a language? You know what I'm saying? Like just from grunts and shit like that. Like in this, you know what I'm saying? Like you should start to get familiar, but like
why do we call that water?
Yeah, and then it's crazy that like. There's all these different rules to like English, like you don't say this letter, you don't say that, blah blah blah. It's like there was already a rule already like in place before the language was not before it was made, but like it's kind of all there. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like we just made this up. Like nah, like that doesn't seem. You know what I'm saying? And for everybody to catch on like that, like I don't know. And so with that,
Sorry.
shout out SPM. But you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like we're saying with money, with counting, with reading all that shit, like it was never supposed to. We were never supposed to know that. Like, imagine us being on Earth, living and shit without having to think about numbers, without having to think about like there wouldn't be any type of like monetary anything. You know what I'm saying? Like or anything like that, bro. We would literally just be grazing the fucking Earth like animals, bro. Like like
We'll be primal.
yeah,
I
we'd
think
be
it has
primal.
to do more with the devil, man. When it came to Adam and Eve, he opened their eyes to a whole new world, and then God kind of was like,
It's knowledge. It's that knowledge.
But
It's
that's
that knowledge,
that
we're
he
saying.
says that. That's crazy.
What?
Is that there? I was seeing something the other day, and they were like, some people's point of view on the devil is that he was actually like not a bad guy.
Well, he was a fallen angel. Like he was in
He was an
Jesus's
angel
court.
that freed people's minds.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Gave
then,
him knowledge.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then another thing is, he's an angel. He's the smartest fucking one of the beings in the world.
Yeah.
You
To be
really
an
think
angel.
you really think that us as people know
More than
that
him.
he's good or bad.
Like, yeah, it doesn't make sense for us to like think we understand any of that. It's
Anything
ridiculous.
about what's really going on. And
Yeah.
really, to be honest, all this shit could be fake.
Yeah.
And it's all could be made up. It could all be
100%. Hologram.
Just
Yeah.
just fucking stories.
Yeah,
Like,
all that shit.
you know what
Okay,
I'm
I thought you
saying?
meant like the human experience period could be fake.
No.
You don't think that? We could,
I don't think
let's
that.
put a pin in that for later. But yeah.
But no, like for sure, because like I was telling my uncle Nate, he's really religious, and I was telling him like, bro, one day, let's say the world ends, Nuketown, right? Boom, we all die. There's a couple of us that live, but let's say a book survived, and it was Horton Hears a Who. That person's gonna read that book and think, damn, this is what was going on before, and you know, like they don't know nothing because they're new to the world. The fucking world's wiped out. So they're gonna fucking base everything they know off of this book that they found. They probably can, you know. So I feel like everything's like this motherfucker's getting high right now. He could see shit differently than me, you know. So that's why I think about some shit.
No,
like
yeah,
that.
I mean the brain is crazy, bro.
Yeah, and then like people used to eat shrooms for real.
No,
Like,
yeah. Well, and that's another thing.
They say that's how our brains got developed, really.
Yeah.
I believe that. I think we tapped into another.
Yeah.
Well,
like,
mushrooms
people seeing
they do develop like new neural pathways. Like that's one thing that they've noticed. Like that nothing else does that. Like basically.
Can we pause?
Yeah, you gotta. Let's say, hold on. All right, my bad. Sorry, we had technical difficulties, but you know, we're back now. But you were saying you did DMT?
I did DMT before. Yeah, that was a different trip, bro.
Yeah, I done that shit too, bro. That shit's crazy. All right, nah, I did it, bro. It was crazy the way I did it, bro. Like, I mean, it was, I guess raw. Like, it was a crystal.
Like the powder.
Yeah, powder.
Yeah, the powder.
I was like, bro, up until right now, I've been like freaking out about that whole because I was like, what the fuck was that? Like, cause before I had seen it, I've only seen it like, I guess like that frog shit, whatever.
Yeah,
but I guess that is like a powder too, cause it's the secretions off the back and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy. But yeah, I don't know. Whenever my homeboy had it, I was like, bro, this shit looks fucking crazy. And he had a bong like that. It was specifically for that. And yeah, it was just wild, bro. It was after my dad passed, bro. It was crazy.
Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, nah, it was cool though, bro. Like, we had a badass me and him had a badass relationship, bro, for real. Like, bro, we were doing shrooms together, bro. Like, we always smoked together, you know what I'm saying? And like, me and my cousin Joe, we would always be riding bikes and shit downtown. And our homeboy, the one that had the DMT and shit too, was like, it was he knew my pops and shit too. Like, he would always just give us shrooms, and we're always riding around. Like, we would ride everywhere too, like everywhere around Houston. And whatever. After he passed and shit, I remember just like kind of, I had always been like interested in it, you know what I'm saying? And I remember like being like, not that I'm gonna like fiend for it, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, go look everywhere for it and shit, you know what I'm saying? But like, I was like, man, if it comes, like, I'm down to try it and shit. So
Naturally, don't force.
yeah, exactly.
You're ready.
Exactly. That's exactly how I felt and shit. So I wasn't like trying to, like overdo it or like actually go out there and shit and look for it. But it was after my dad passed, and it was actually around this time, bro. It's crazy. Actually, like tomorrow is like the anniversary of like whenever my dad passed in 2020 and shit. Like,
Oh wow.
So, yeah, so it's crazy. Yeah, it's kind of heavy. Sorry to get too heavy on you.
No,
bro.
no, you're good.
But
man.
but it was actually after, like, right after he passed, like probably a couple days after, bro. It was so crazy, like I was like, man, like I said, like not that it wasn't hard on me, you know what I'm saying, like, cause we had a badass relationship. I just felt like I had to be strong for everybody, going through that at that time, you know what I'm saying. So like it wasn't, I just didn't like have it as hard on me, like, in front of everybody and shit. So it is what it is. But fucking we went to go do that, and we're just riding the bikes, me and my homeboy. Ulysses?
I heard
Travis?
a couple of them
Yeah,
from JV.
yeah, that's my dog. That was one of my dogs from over there. But we hooked back up like after high school and shit. And we would ride bikes and shit too. And that day he was just, it was like cold as fuck, but he was like down to ride. So like, fuck it, we're just gonna go. And then, bro, we bought like a 12-pack of beers, right? Like of Bud Lights and shit. I don't even drink Bud Lights, but it's because everybody in the fucking bike crew, they like Bud Lights and shit. So I was like, fuck it, get fucked up with these niggas. And fucking, we were doing that. And then, bro, the people in the bike they didn't even want to drink. Like, so it was just me, Julie and my cousin
And y'all
like
brought it for
splitting.
them.
Yeah, exactly. We're splitting fucking 12 beers, like bro,
Ooh.
fucking going in, and like bro, I'm like drunk, and I'm like, man, fuck, and then we're driving, we're riding the shit all around, and then my homeboy Danny's just like, hey bro, I got some DMT, y'all want to try it? I'm like, bro, and I just look at my cousin, I'm like, you know I want to try this shit, you know what I'm saying? So
Danny?
Huh?
Danny?
nah, his name is Dang.
Oh, I heard
He's
Danny. I'm
he's
like,
an
hold
Asian
on.
guy, Dang. Shout out
Okay.
my boy Dang. He has he's cool as fuck. I heard this thing, but yeah, he's cool as shit. And so he had it right there, and I was like, man, fuck, like I'm down. But I was already like kind of drunk, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like that kind of like messed with it in a way, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like if I were to do it again, I'd do it without like taking nothing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I couldn't even imagine doing it off of like
Right?
alcohol.
Yeah,
man.
it was. I mean, not that it was. I mean, I don't know. I've never done it. More than that time. You know what I'm saying? That's the first time I've ever done it. But I just felt like maybe I didn't connect like completely with it because of the alcohol, and I feel like
Could be.
like alcohol is like poison and shit.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like that's like the
It
most
has
natural.
a deeper meaning to it too,
you know?
like out and then alcohol and whatever.
That is true, bro. It's literally
like
your
within-
soul,
yeah,
right? You're
kind of
something-
tampering with it.
That is true, bro. And they call it a spirit. You know what I'm saying? It's called
Right.
spirits and shit. So like,
Yeah, yeah.
it's crazy. But so yeah, I think that fucking fucked up my experience a little bit. But I still had a badass experience, bro.
I
Like,
bet.
it was beautiful, bro. And, I mean, it was quick. Yours was quick,
Oh yeah.
right? Yeah, it's quick
I
as
blacked
fuck.
out for like 5 minutes,
Yeah,
bro.
it's about 8 minutes or like some shit like that.
I
you know
didn't
what
even
I'm saying?
count. I mean,
Bro, my shit was. I mean, I didn't count, yeah, I guess, but my homeboys were recording like our reaction. Like my cousin Joe has it on GoPro and shit, like me just tripping out, bro, because that shit was wild, bro. And I remember, I'm probably gonna cut this, but I'm just gonna say
Go
that,
for
like,
it.
bro, we were hitting the bong, right? And my homeboy Dane just has like, bro, hit like 3 big hits.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was
3,
like, shit, fuck it.
magic number.
Right? So shit, I immediately just full breath for that shit. And at that second one, bro, like I can already see pixels and shit. I was like,
You're
oh,
vibrant. You're
shit.
like low key, like.
Nah, for real. Now that you mention it, yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
like, and then the third one, bro, like I remember just like exhaling all that shit and like kind of with the smoke, just like, bro, I literally felt like I like pulled back like the curtains from like reality and shit, and like could see the like machine behind the world that's like always moving and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, man, this is crazy. Like it's dope. And like the biggest thing that I got from it was like that. It's just like divine timing. Like I literally felt like I seen like cogs in a gear and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like moving, like pushing one to you know what I'm saying? Like a clock in a way and shit. Yeah, I was like, but it was like basically just telling me that like everything happens like as it should and like when it should. You know what I'm saying? Like divine timing type shit.
I feel that.
Damn. And it was like and I was kind of feeling that too. You know, my pops had just passed and shit. And I was just like, man, like. And my understanding about life and shit period was like it wasn't really like so much like sad for me to be like, oh, he's gone and shit, because I feel like like life is the same shit about like energy, right? Like energy cannot be created or destroyed.
Yeah,
It can only
yeah,
be,
yeah. I'm
like
with you on that.
transferred and shit. So that's how I feel like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like he's like all of us, probably for us to like, first of all, for us to think that we like understand anything besides like what we are doing right now and shit, like,
yeah,
you know what I'm
well,
saying?
we
Like,
were like programmed to be.
you know what I'm saying? Like for us to
Yeah.
think we know like what God knows or like what death is or the next life is, you know what I'm saying? It is ridiculous, you know what I'm saying? But like I just believe that like we're saying with energy, basically that is not the end. You know
I
what I'm
believe
saying?
it.
So that
I mean-
it's kind of hard to be like sad about it, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause
I'm not
For
gonna
me.
lie, bro. For you, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
We all take things into
no,
different
for sure.
perspectives.
100%.
The timing on that was crazy when you took it, though, man.
Yeah, it was wild. It was like
It was meant to be.
it was meant to be, I think. Yeah, for sure. Like I wasn't in a dark spot. I was actually in a really good spot. Like not because my pops, you know what I'm saying, but I was just
No,
like
you're
I felt
around
like I
good
had
people,
to,
like,
yeah,
you know.
and I had to be, like strong for everybody and shit. So like I'm just like, feeling, it was just a great time to do it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it helped me a lot for.
Divine timing,
Yeah,
like you
yeah,
mentioned, it happened
exactly.
for a reason. And then,
And bro, I even felt like I seen his like face, bro. Like, but not like his actual face, but like, because everything's geometric patterns, like a kaleidoscope type
yeah,
shit.
it is.
So, like, I saw like his eyes, like, cause like if somebody's smiling, like or like laughing, like their eyes are like a line. You know what I'm saying? Like right here, and then the eyebrows and shit, and then like smile and shit like that. I saw all that. I was like, bro, like, and that basically was him. I felt like him just being like, bro, like you're good, like I'm good, like, what basically like kind of reaffirming what I thought, like that basically he's still like, not that he's like gone, but that he's like now in everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I really feel about it. And I was like,
No,
nah,
I mean,
like,
yeah,
feel
it
me?
is how
Like,
you feel about it. At the end of the day, I was kind of clicked in my head, like, when I did it, it wasn't anything like that, but we all have our own, like, we all have our own problems going on, you know?
hell yeah. What was yours like?
I was with a homie of mine as well. Kind of like you, I looked into it. I'd already done like acid, shrooms, you know?
Yeah.
Been a fucking pothead.
Yeah. Hell
But
yeah.
yeah, he just pulled up to my crib one day like, yo, I actually got it. And he was like, I took it already. I want you to try it. I'll be here to like watch you and everything.
Hell yeah.
And I was like, what do I do, bro? And he was like, take 3 hits. We were actually hitting it like out of a crack pipe, like from the bottom with the torch and everything. I'm like, bro, are you sure we're not like, I'm like, hold up.
Yeah.
But nah, bro, he was like, take 3 big hits, inhale it. Don't mean like inhale it, but don't exhale it.
Oh, yeah.
Hold it in.
Hold it in.
So I was like, and on the first one, I just remember I'm already like, vroom. I'm like, damn.
Crazy.
And he's like, all right, bro. He held the pipe up to my mouth after he hit it, like lit it. I'm hitting it again. He's like, don't let it out. I'm like, and then by that time, I'm already like, my head is kind of like, whoa. And I'm on a chair. He's like, you got one more hit, bro. I'm like, I'm already falling back. He put it to my mouth, and I'm like,
Oh,
after
shit.
that, I remember falling into the chair. I closed my eyes, and like you talked about energy, I felt energy. I felt me leave my body.
That's what
I felt like I went up.
Yeah. I kind of feel in a way like something like that, but just not like I didn't necessarily like see me leave my body. Like I remember my
Nah, me
homeboy told me
neither.
he
I
saw
was
that.
an orb.
Okay. What?
No,
It was
yeah.
an energy orb.
I was just an orb, and whenever my vision came back, I was the orb up here, like looking at the room from like an upper view.
Yeah.
And I was in a room rotating where the top half was rotating one way and the other bottom half was rotating another way.
Holy
and there was
shit.
black and white figures in there, and they were just kind of like floating with me.
What?
They were only 2 of them, like one right here and one right here. There's a cord from the top to the bottom half of the ball, and we're all just rotating, like
God
barely
damn.
turning. And my homeboy had music on, like real peaceful music on in the background, and I can only like, from where I was in reality, that's the only thing I could bring with me to the trip.
Wow.
But I didn't make nothing out of it, bro.
Really?
I didn't make nothing out of it.
I feel like from what I got from that is like, I don't know, like that's shit, like you had entities. You had actual like entities with you, like other beings.
I don't like that.
You don't like that.
Because I've actually felt like I do. And
Yeah,
for them
yeah.
to be black and white, I'm like, it isn't
Yeah.
like, you know,
Yeah.
I go off of colors based off of like energy as well.
Yeah, vibes and shit.
Right.
But you said that doesn't like, and like that, like
I mean, I
But you
had a
said
good
you
time.
felt like you have like spirit, like entities with you, or
yeah,
like
at
always.
times. At
Really?
times. They could
Like-
be good, they could be bad. Yeah,
Nah, I
right?
fuck with you.
The
I
TV
fuck with
over
you.
there, I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, like I was saying, I know it's probably for you like a sensitive subject, like probably
No, not even.
But like, but what makes you think that like you've had experiences before with
Dude, I've had like a painting on the wall like that, a canvas, not that big, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe from like here to here.
Yeah.
And that was with my ex at the time. Like we could confirm it, bro. The canvas wasn't on the wall anymore at that point. It was like that. And we were looking at it at
Just
night,
stiff.
watching the movie,
Yeah, just-
talking, and she was like, hold up. And I'm like, what? And I went under there, I was like, there is nothing holding the canvas up,
Yeah.
bro. I only had a little thumbtack in the wall. There was no way
No
for
way
it to be boom
like
to that.
Yeah.
And we told her Tia about it because she was real big into like praying to like La Muerte and everything.
Really?
And she was like, yeah, get rid of it, whatever.
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
rid of it.
Really?
Then I had my old dog with me, and a couple of days later, we found a rope under the bed. But we only found it because my dog went under there and came running back from like crawling under the bed, like crying. And I'm like, why are you like, what is under there? You know, like
Yeah,
a nail
yeah.
maybe from the,
Or something,
like a
whatever.
thumbtack.
Yeah.
And I found a rope tied into like 3 perfect knots where it was like 1, 2, and 3 loops.
Yeah.
And not that long ago, after that, my fucking dog died, bro. It was crazy. I was like, damn.
Holy shit,
It
bro.
was weird, man.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of encounters in there. Even like, I've dropped 5 tabs of Sid before, and that's crazy. I dropped 5 in
bro?
one night. I had a caller over there, and she eventually knocked out of my arm, and I'm in bed like tripping balls, bro.
Yeah.
And every time I'd close my eyes, I feel like I'm teleporting. I'd be like, damn, like what the fuck happened?
Yeah.
And then I felt like energy from right here again, like leaving my body little by little, and it came to my fingertip, like eventually through my arm.
Mm-hmm.
And I was hugging her as she was knocked out. And then when I left, like it left my fingertip, she woke up like gasping for air, like.
Holy fucking shit, bro.
And we didn't talk about it that night. I was like,
Yeah.
you good? And she was like, yeah, I had a bad dream, and went right back to bed. And then the next day I told her, I was like, hey, I felt energy leaving my body. She was like, no, I felt energy waking me up. Like,
Bro, this is just spiritual, bro. Like
It is.
Like it's obvious that like the world operates on like more than just what you can see, right? Like definitely. Like, you know,
We
that's
can't
what
even
vibes is.
comprehend it.
No, yeah, no, for sure. Like, and that's what's so crazy about life. That's what's so beautiful about life, I think, you know what I'm saying? For
I
real,
agree.
because it's like you said, we can't comprehend it. Like, you know, being in nature and shit, seeing some crazy ass shit, like humbling you know what I'm saying? Being like, damn, like this is nature, it's crazy, it's fucked up. Like, and even now, like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like every day we've learned some shit that like we've never known before, you know what I'm saying? Like that, whatever the fuck, the like aliens and shit, whatever the fuck, or like new, you know, new species and shit. So it's like, how much can we really say we know? You know what I'm saying? Like, not really
Not a
much.
lot, man.
Not really much. I feel like
We don't know much about the ocean, you know, and I don't
Yeah.
like that idea. I'm
Yeah.
afraid of the water. if
Me
I'm
too,
being real
bro.
with
I
you.
mean, I'm not afraid of the water. Like, I know a lot of people that are like really, you know, like won't go near like the ocean and shit.
I'll
you
go
know?
near it, but
I've you know, I was in the Navy and shit, so I was all over that bitch. But like,
oh, word, I forgot
Yeah,
about that.
yeah,
I
yeah.
forgot about that, bro.
yeah, I was all over that house. So like, it's nothing to me, but like at the same time, like I can understand, like, bro, like most of the planet is water, bro. Like,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
most of it is unexplored. You know, so
Right.
like, it's just crazy. And like, so, but even just what we're saying with this, like this DMT conversation, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I feel like it is a spiritual drug. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I've always kind of felt like, you know, as humans we have like antennas. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what our third eye is, right? They say that that's our antenna basically. And I feel like it's like, you know, like a radio, like a radio station. Like we're tuned into this dimension right now, this frequency right
The
now.
frequencies
you
and
know?
everything.
Yeah, and basically like I could put a chart on it, but like just how you were saying, like with the colors and vibes and shit like that, you know, like basically there's a chart that like, you know, 0 to 100, whatever the fuck, and like 0, like negative emotion, you know, like and negative frequency or low vibrations, basically,
Okay.
you know.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and like so that's like hate, anger, greed, all that stuff would be, you know, low vibration, and then like, you know, as you go up the scale or up the, you know, chart, it just goes to higher vibrational things, you know, like, you know, and basically they do correspond with colors as well too, you know, like reds and stuff, and then white would be at the top, black would be at the bottom, you know what I'm saying? So like, with what I'm saying with like DMT is, I mean, I guess it's not like astral projection, because I feel like astral projection would be like more kind of like interfacing with that like frequency thing. You know
Like
what I'm
in between, you're like in free mode, you know.
saying? Yeah, I think that's. But I feel like in a way, like DMT is kind of like, I don't know if like, cause I think that like I've never lucid dreamed or like astral projected and shit. Like I've always kind of wanted to. I don't know if I'm just too scared to do it or some shit. But like,
is true.
right? Hell yeah. Because I feel like you would see like those entities. Like I feel like that kind of like removes a filter in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like you can see not all entities, but like you're more susceptible to
Like
to
whatever's
entities.
trapped that didn't go up or down in
Yeah.
a way.
Yeah, because like, well, they would have to be trapped like on that lower level of like frequency. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that I guess that's where like ghosts and things come from. And basically, like all these entities would fall on that scale somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
demons and like all that shit would be low entity, low vibrational beings.
Yeah,
and shit
yeah,
like that. And
no
then
doubt.
angels would then be like high vibrational beings. You know, like, you know, full of nothing but love, full of nothing but, you know, joy, forgiveness, and things like that. Those are, you know, the higher part of the spectrum. And
I hear you, because I mean, like when you talked about like the anger and everything, like I feel like as a kid I had a lot of anger, dude.
Yeah.
Even now I'm like, I gotta really control it. Why do you think I chief? Like,
yeah, yeah. I mean, no,
You know-
me too, bro. I think whenever I was like little, bro, I think that was like a big thing that kind of like pointed me to that, like being angry, you know what I'm saying, and then like kind of needing a release, you know what I'm saying.
and I hate that I used it back then.
I know what you mean,
because
bro.
it was
That's
like
deep,
12
bro.
years old, and I'm over there like, I'm like, damn, I'm over here playing 2K
Yeah.
now, watching Family Guy laughing.
Yeah.
I'm not even worried about that. But then you die down and you're like, back to reality.
Yeah, exactly.
Let me go back into my own
Just
world.
distracting yourself.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, like and I feel you on that too, bro. I feel like I've done it a long time just to like distract me from reality. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like a lot of people do that. You know what I'm saying? People might be working jobs they don't like. You know what I'm saying? Doing shit that they don't want to
Definitely,
do.
bro. They're like, man,
And it's like, bro,
I don't want to be home with my family. You know, they're gonna go work.
Exactly. I feel like that as to where like maybe you don't know exactly what you're like. Not that you don't know what you're doing, but like maybe you don't like you're not where you want to be. You know what I'm saying? But like you have that goal to get where you're gonna get. You know what I'm saying? Like eventually, you know that like right now is not it. You know what I'm saying? So like I know for me for sure, like living like that would be like, man, you know, going to work being like, you know, I'm not where I want to be. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing what I want to do, but I can hit this hoe real quick, forget about it, do my job, whatever the fuck, and like not really trip. You know what I'm saying? Like, but is that really a good thing? You know what I'm saying?
Definitely
Most
not.
likely not.
You gotta
right?
face that.
You gotta
shit,
face
bro.
that shit. Yeah, you have to, bro. You have.
And
you
I
have to.
realized that on mushrooms because I got real
Yes,
emotional.
bro.
At one, like at the beginning, you're around your homeboys, you're having fun, But then whenever I tried it alone for the very first time, I was in my room and I'm
Yeah,
like, damn, bro, this is your reality. Like you're in a
Hell
room
yeah.
trapped. You need to move around.
Yeah.
We're not made to be like all day,
Enclosed.
every day. And I was living like that for a minute.
Really, yeah. You gotta touch
Big
grass.
time.
You gotta see people and you know,
Big
interact
time.
with like animals. And
I
shit
was
like
having
that.
anxiety attacks, bro.
Hell
I'd
yeah.
breathe in like the wall would come into my mouth.
And that's
I'd
what I
breathe
feel
out
like.
and it'd go.
Really,
Yeah.
like man, that's wild, bro. Like it's the power of the mind, like we're saying.
Yeah,
bro.
the power of the mind. And I
So,
was
like-
all emotional, bro. I was
Yeah.
starting to cry. I started like clicking in my head, like, damn, bro, you've been a dick to a lot of people that love you and everything. And I'm like, you need to calm down. You need to like
It's
understand.
crazy what mushrooms will do to you, huh? Like
humble you.
Yeah, humble you exactly.
Because I remember I was like, damn, this is their first time on earth too. Why am I taking everything out on
Man,
them?
for
You know,
real, bro,
like it ain't their
exactly.
fault.
And especially like it's like the people that love you the most.
The
right?
real, like exactly,
it's
like
crazy.
unconditionally love
Right,
you.
it's
And I'm
fucked
like,
up.
man, get the fuck away
It's
from me.
crazy, like, cause that's really like our only reality, right?
Mhm.
That's the only thing that we could really affect, like our family. You know what I'm saying? Like you could go say that to somebody, but they don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No, yeah,
you know,
yeah.
you say it to the people that love you because you know, like, what you're gonna say is gonna hurt them. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm saying it from a place of, you know, not judging you. I'm saying it from a place of experience. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I've definitely done that too. You know what I'm saying? And mushrooms will definitely, like, if you're not in a good space, you know what I'm saying, or if you're hiding some shit, it'll bring
come
it to
up.
you.
It'll
Yeah,
come up one
for
way
sure.
or another.
For sure, bro. I remember I was in downtown riding my bike by myself, and like, you know, I was like, I don't know. I guess I was like hiding from like the fact that like I wasn't seeing my son as much as I wanted to. You know what I'm saying? And like I wanted to be with my son.
I didn't even know you had a kid.
Hell yeah, bro.
I did
He's
not
5
know you
years
had a
old, bro.
kid.
Yeah, 5 years old. That's my
Okay.
dog, Luca. I'm showing you pictures after this.
All right, bet.
But yeah, it's like, you know, and I just felt like, you know, I wasn't there when I wanted to be, even though like, and it sucked even more because like I was here, like I wasn't even away from like at work, you know what I'm saying? Like I was here and I couldn't see him, you know what I'm saying? Some bullshit, mom, you know? And, you know, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna go, like if I can't see him, I'm gonna just fucking go ride my bike, go take shrooms, you know what I'm saying? Just chill, whatever the fuck. And I did, bro, and I was just in the middle of downtown at this one park, just like sitting there. I was like, man, you need to be with your son, like saying all this dumb shit, like, you know, you're dry doing all this shit, whatever the fuck, trying to distract yourself, like, nah, like you need to be with your son, bro. And like that's all I felt. I was like, man. But anytime I do take shrooms as well, it's just like very introspective, bro. Like I feel like I just love everybody even more, you know what I'm saying, or everything even more. I'm just like, man, like it makes you very understanding, you're like very humble to be like, man, look at this beautiful experience that is life, you know what I'm saying? And like we think we know everything when really we don't know shit. And like we're all just trying to figure it out as we go, you know what I'm saying? Like and trying to make it work. Like so all that bullshit to be like, oh, it needs to be like this, it needs to be like this, like, you know, bro, we don't know shit, you know what I'm saying? Like all we
Literally.
and the best thing to do is like, I feel like it's just like, you know, hold on for the ride and like, you know, don't lose balance, you know what I'm saying? Like just stay, I don't know, man. I feel like for a long time, like this like stoicism shit, you know what I'm saying? Like being stoic, I feel like it has its pros and it has like cons, you know what I'm saying? I feel
Definitely does, because you're going to bury emotions kind
Yeah.
of and hide it.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so it's like, and I feel like I've done that for a long time. Like, I guess like, you know, trying to do it and then also like not having a choice to do it. Cause like, bro, you're like, I'm working, I'm out of town. Like it's, and at certain points there was like times where I didn't talk to like nobody, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, kind of like forced to be stoic, you know what I'm saying?
Damn,
like
man.
in a way, like, so I was like,
Crazy.
you know, it's weird. Like, and so I just feel like in a way, like not that like my emotions have been like dull. I mean, maybe in a way I feel like I'm kind of more dull to like certain things, like, you know, like, I don't know, like, I just don't let myself get too far to either side, you know what I'm saying? Or too, and I feel like it might be a bad thing in a way, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I hear you.
you know, like, I don't know. I just can't ever really feel like, oh, like, well, I mean, I don't know, in a way it's probably a good thing too, because it's like, what is there to really like celebrate? Like, not that there's nothing to celebrate, not that, you know what I'm saying? Like we, you know, of course we're alive and healthy and beautiful and everything, and it's awesome. But at the same time, it's kind of like, you know, we have to do things for our family and things, you know what I'm saying? So like, what is there to celebrate right now? I always hear that one quote is like, the only victory worth celebrating is the next one.
I haven't heard that one, but damn.
Like, and I always feel like that, like, when, ever since I heard that, it's like, I feel like that, like, you know, like, thinking that we're doing something badass or whatever, whenever, I don't know, like, we're supposed to be like that, like, we're supposed to be badass, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, I feel like, you know, there's people that, like, physically can't, you know what I'm saying, that have ailments and that have, like, you know, diseases and shit like that, like, you know, wish they could, and I feel like for that, and people that are, like, not even here no more, you know, I feel like you have to, like, for them, you know what I'm saying, you gotta be extraordinary, you know what I'm saying, you gotta do badass shit, like, and not just once, like, just keep on
You
going.
gotta
like,
keep doing
like
it, man.
just be excellent. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think we can do it. You know what I'm saying? Like we're saying, the human body is like way more than led to believe. Like, you know what I'm saying? I really do believe that we have like God, like energy in us. You know what I'm saying? Like,
We're energy at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You can create anything with it.
yeah,
And we
Exactly.
were made in His image, from according to the Bible. I believe in the Bible. I mean, I have nothing against people that don't believe it or believe otherwise. But
yeah,
me personally, I believe that we were made in His image, meaning we were given power. But of course, they don't want us to know that.
yeah. I think that's a lot of shit that like radio waves, whatever the fuck, all type of like even like music or culture,
Music,
media.
movies
Yeah,
is
exactly. It's dulling the.
man.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it was at the morning after I took the 5 tabs, bro. I was kind of like, I'm out of it.
Well, yeah. Whenever you, or even shrooms, I think you take any type of spiritual drug like that, you disconnect from like society, and you're like, man, like
You're
you
happy
see,
for a minute.
Fuck yeah, you're like, man, this is how it's supposed to be. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
unplugged, and then kind of or not that you forget about it, but you see how like all the bullshit and what you're worried about.
You're like, man, nothing's gonna phase me.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
good.
yeah,
like,
yeah,
bro,
yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah, and then like I don't know, you see like all the bullshit of what society like basically wants you to think.
Right.
And then you think
You're
for
breaking
yourself.
free for a little bit.
Yeah, and then after you're done, you kind of have to like fall back in
line.
There's no, and
Yeah.
it sucks, bro. I remember like feeling like that, like being on shrooms and then being like, fuck, like feeling it, like feeling that moment where like, okay, I kind of can't always operate like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though I want to operate like this, like, because
Yeah.
really, I feel like when you operate on shrooms, it's like you're just operating out of love, like straight love. You know what I'm
It
saying?
can be.
Well, I guess for different people, huh?
Yeah, because different people have different emotions.
For sure. You're right.
I feel
I
like
guess
people
for
do
me,
fucked up things on them, you know?
and use them as excuses and shit. But I mean, maybe not an excuse, because I do think it would probably like if you have some problems, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't know.
Well,
you know
I
what I'm
mean,
saying? But,
nah, yeah, that's
right,
true.
like it probably would possess you to like do some crazy ass shit just because you're like, holy shit, holy shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I've felt like that, being like, not that I'm gonna do some crazy shit, but like being like, holy shit, fuck. You know, like
Man.
But I think that's another thing that shroom teaches you too, is like, because at first I think you can have like crazy anxiety, and if you don't like overcome it like quick, you might have an anxiety attack or something like that, because I remember being like that, being like, oh shit, fuck, I need to think, all this, but there's so much shit that's wrong or whatever the fuck, right? But then it also teaches you like, yeah, like these are all the problems, like, yeah, that's not gonna just go away, but like, is you worrying about all of that like really serving you? Like, no, it's not. And then like if you can learn that at that time, and you could just like sit back and be like, man, this shit is gonna be here, or these problems are gonna be here with or without me, right? Like,
They're out of my hands. I can't control
exactly,
it.
yeah. What can you
Can't
really
change
control? And so like that's a great thing that I think I've learned from that too, and I wish people can like have that type of experience too, to be like, I don't know, and I know it is hard too, because you can't make somebody experience what you experience or feel what you feel or think how you
Right.
think, but like, I don't know, like, because I know for certain people it would be, like traumatizing probably, and be like, holy shit, fuck, like, all this shit, if you don't like take that step to be like step back. And I know it's definitely not as easy as like I'm making it seem, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Nah, definitely not, bro.
like I know it's just like my experience and shit, but like, yeah, it's just fucking, it's amazing, bro. Shit is dope. But man, like, all these fucking aliens and shit. That's really, I don't know if I believe.
I believe there's real aliens, but I believe there's also Project Bluebeam, where
Yeah.
we got everything from the aliens. We made a contract,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Woo, woo, woo.
Yeah.
And they're like,
for
hey,
sure.
you know what? Why don't we kind of,
I
like we
believe
were
it-
talking about, gather the people in
Yeah.
a fucked up way, though.
Yeah, I feel like that's like a no-brainer in a way. Like, a lot of people wouldn't fight back against that. They would just be like, especially with today how the media is, bro. Like, bro, I really thought Kamala Harris was gonna win. Like, by how the media
I was getting worried.
right, like by how the media was.
You gotta cut that.
I know for sure. But you know what I'm saying? Like,
I
how
got
the
worried.
media was,
I got
how the media
worried.
was like portraying it, right? You would think that like there was actually a chance, but there was no chance. Like, it's crazy. But
But then again, it looked kind of rigged on the map too for Trump. I'm like, ooh, damn.
oh, for Trump,
Yeah, yeah.
like, I mean, I don't know. I think it was just like,
It was crazy.
I think it was just like a like saying that this shit, basically what the Democratic Party has done like up to this point is like too much. They already did too much. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people felt like with the trans issues, with like a bunch of different shit like
yeah,
that.
letting them
little
into
niches.
like women's bathroom
I
and
think
then
for a lot of
women's
people that was
sports.
a big thing. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I
you
think
can't be
they let
doing
people
that. And then you got
go too
little
far.
kids that are having it programmed into them at an early age. Like
That shit is, yeah.
It's in
For
all the
me-
movies now, kid
yeah.
movies, adult movies.
Yeah,
Man,
for me, I was like, that's too far. You know, once you go to the kids and shit, that's crazy. That's indoctrination.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like telling them what to believe
it's
instead
the
of.
U.S. though,
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you're right. Which is crazy as fuck.
right? Because we don't even look at it that way. Imagine what we were told, and it's just in
As
our
kids.
head, and we live that way, and we don't
That is
know
so
it.
True. So true. Like we
We're
were talking about this shit.
programmed, bro.
Yeah, we were talking about this shit earlier before the podcast started. Me and my cousin, that like you know, like the food pyramid and shit like that. Like whenever
Yeah,
we were
yeah.
kids, it was like basically like flipped.
Uh-huh.
Like, you know, like bread and everything and dairy and all that shit was like top of the list. Like, you know, eat all your, you know, milk, build strong bones and shit like that. But that's all propaganda. Like none of that shit's true. You know, they were just trying to sell bread. They were just trying to sell sugar and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Damn, they do put a lot of it in bread.
it is, bro. Like it's just crazy, bro. And it's just like I don't know. It's wild how. I guess it's just like the information. I guess that's what I want to do with this podcast and shit too, bro. Just like spread information to be like, to have people be able to think like critically, bro, and be like, you know, challenge certain things that like, cause bro, like how many of us like challenged the shit whenever we were little, bro? Like
Right.
none, bro.
You didn't like it.
And now it's like, now we're like, oh, why are we here? Why do we have these problems and shit? It's like, bro, we could have, you know what I'm saying? If people would have thought like more critically instead of, you know, I mean, you know, it's times, you know what I'm saying? We get smarter as we are, but like now we have the resources and shit and the information to know like, this is what we should do. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And I feel like a lot of people, they don't want to believe it because they were already fed a lie their whole life. Like,
Yeah.
for
Oh,
example, me and my pops were making eggs the other day in the kitchen. And he wanted to use butter. And I'm like, you know, that ain't real butter, right?
Yeah.
And he was like, what are you talking about? It literally has on the front that it tastes like butter. I was like, look at the ingredients. Is there margarine on there? Nah. Like the ingredients, bro, I opened his eyes to all of that and like food coloring and everything. In other countries, it's banned.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like
And
that's
he's like,
ridiculous.
you look too much into it. I'm like, nah, this is where we have all our health problems, bro. This is what they want.
That's
You look
crazy.
too much into it. I'm like, bro,
look too much into
why
it.
does
That's
bread
crazy.
have 50 fucking ingredients?
Yeah.
It only takes like 5 to make bread.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeast, flour, whatever.
That's crazy. To say like that you look too much into it is crazy. You know what
And
I'm saying?
I
Like,
even
that's
told him,
wild.
I'm like, you know, this is why, you know, you
But
have
you-
health problems.
yeah.
And America has health
But people
problems,
get, like-
cancers and everything.
Yeah, and people get emotionally attached to like, not even just like ideas. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm sure your dad wasn't even like, oh, I disagree with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't
No,
think it's
yeah.
that bad.
He's
Like, he
afraid
was just
to-
saying that like, yeah, he just didn't want to be wrong. You know what I'm saying? To be like, oh, what I think is wrong, and like, you know,
Right. They don't want to realize their whole life has been a lie in a way.
yeah, exactly, because they've been doing it for a long time. And I mean, I get it too. You know what I'm saying? But it's like we do have to have those conversations, and we do have to like move forward as people to be like, no, this is wrong. Like, you're making these decisions for yourself. Like, that's so many of our health problems today are based on just the food. You know what I'm saying? Like, what they put
Alone.
in our shit. It's crazy, you know. And you know, if we can make the decisions next to be like, you know, and you know, like RFK and shit. Like he's going.
Oh, yeah.
He's basically doing what's make America healthy again.
Right.
And
Supposedly. I mean,
Supposedly,
who
yeah.
knows?
How much can they really do, right? Like, hopefully they can do a lot. But I mean, I do think that they're gonna get rid of like the dyes and the, you know, basically try to regulate the food a little bit because, bro, like, bro, I was listening to this podcast the other day, bro, and they were talking about we were talking about with the CEO, like the, you know,
the
CEO
healthcare
of
and
healthcare,
everything.
yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, like, why all that shit happened, and but really the main thing I took away from what they were saying is like how all these things are privatized companies. You know, all these pharmaceutical, whatever, United Healthcare. These are all privatized companies. These are all like, or no, they're publicly traded companies, right?
They're publicly traded.
They're publicly traded companies, right? So like, with that being said, like, they have stockholders, you know, and they have what's called fiduciary responsibilities to stockholders to basically, you know, they invest a lot of money
Uh-huh.
and they need their job as, you know, as the CEOs and things like that are to get the shareholders return on investment.
Uh-huh.
And by the way that they do that is by denying coverage because they have, you know, the only way you can save money from fucking this year from last year is by not spending money and not giving people coverage. You know what I'm saying? So they're saying that, well, just like with any type of, all the different industries, you know, like our publicly traded industries, food industries, all this shit are publicly traded. So it's like, there's all this bullshit in food right now because they can say, oh, it's actually like my responsibility to, use cheaper products, cheaper things to make this same product, and and save my investors like all this money. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's just wild how they could even be like publicly traded. Like I feel like that should be privatized. I mean, I don't know. You don't want to privatized by the government and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. But I don't know how it would work. But it's just like, that just seems crazy. It just seems like a breeding ground for corruption. You know what I'm saying? Like, that just says it right there. Like, and that's what capitalism is. Period. Right? Like that. To be able to sell something at a higher dollar, you can use lower value stuff. Obviously, right? Like so. That's what it is. But it's just it's fucking wild, bro. It's wild that we. I mean, it's good that we have these conversations though, or like, people are learning this type of shit, and I don't know, it really is just that emotional aspect to it though too, like that people don't want to depart from their ideas. People get emotionally attached to their ideas because, or they identify with their ideas, and I feel like that's a big problem, like with just with people, like if people can like learn to understand that like, ideas are like thoughts.
Yeah.
Like, well, I mean, yeah, they are thoughts. Ideas are thoughts, right? Yeah. Or like thoughts that just like come and go, like that's not you, right? Like your idea is not you, right? Like it's what you're having an idea.
There was a reason why you're having that idea from like
it's
whatever.
It's like that thing, like the antenna thing that we're saying, right? Like flew into your realm, right? Into your head.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, I feel like I've always felt like if you don't like do things with ideas too, like that it'll leave your head and it'll go to somebody else.
And they do it.
And they do it. Like, yeah, I've always felt like that.
I've heard it. Like, I've written things down and it happens. People make the logo that I wanted. Like, I promise it happens, bro.
Like, bro, I swear I've had like multiple instances. I'm not trying to like.
No, it is real, man. Like, believe me.
For real. Like, I had one, bro. I had like bars written in my phone.
I don't want to. I have one too.
You know
I
what
don't
I'm
want to
saying?
go there because I'm like, I'm not a rapper.
Yeah, me
and
neither.
people
You know what I'm
rap
saying?
it.
Yeah. But it's like, bro.
Like,
like it goes. I should have did it. Like, bro, that shit is crazy.
Yeah, like you have the potential to do it. You just your own mind. You're like, nah.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think even with like, I don't know, music or like art and anything, maybe everything, bro. Because it's like
Everything.
Yeah, because it's like there's a way that you think to do it, right? Or something should be done, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think like the most like beautiful art or like the most amazing shit to me personally, I think is like the shit that like does it. But like, I don't know, in its own way that's like not, I don't know, conventional, you know what I mean? Like it's not the simple thing that everybody does, it's just like, I don't know, like when people rap, I feel like it's so like, it's just unique. Like it's an idea happening like in the moment and then like you're on to the next idea in the next moment. Like that's so wild. It's like you're literally like making like a path for yourself, like as you're walking it, like in a way, it's ridiculous. Like I think that's so crazy and that's so cool. And like, most of the best shit I would say is like shit that goes out of the way, like that is not how you would expect shit to be, but like it just works as it is. You know what I'm saying? Like because it's so beautiful and natural by itself. Like I don't know. That shit's dope to me. I feel like I've like noticed that with a bunch of different things, like art.
Mm-hmm.
Where you'd be like, why does somebody like when people can like look at an artist and be like, what the fuck? Like how do people like that? You know what I'm saying? But then it's like they're literally like they like it because it's like somebody is doing completely 100% themselves, like and being confident, and it's not like anything else because we're all completely different, and it's sick. This is the sickest thing, like about life. It's the most beautiful thing about life, I think. That like we all have these beautiful like dreams and like things, and not one of us are the same. Like not one of us are exactly the same. We all have like our differences, and that's what makes it beautiful. Like
we're all unique, bro.
Yeah, this shit is fucking sick. Like, bro, I don't know, like my cousin was just talking about like this, like girls and shit. We're talking about girls, like how, we both like fall, like get too deeply attached quickly and shit. And it's like, bro, like it's just wild how like there's so many like just beautiful girls or like just beautiful, people. Period. That's like, and each one of them are going through just as like deep shit as you're going through. You know what I'm saying? Like, and so like that's kind of like where he's at, like where he can't like detach and shit because it's like shit's getting too real. And like, bro, like. That's how it is, like everywhere, bro. Like everybody has problems that, like we're all going through just as deep as you are. It's crazy as fuck. Wild, bro.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I feel like as human beings, we like to hide a lot.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Like
Like our problems and shit.
not only that, just like going back to that stoicism and everything. They feel vulnerable. People don't like to feel vulnerable when they open up.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think that's like how we're raised, like conditioned to be and shit, you know, like especially
that very
like
well could be it.
this new generation of like, or this past generation, I would say, of like people not having fathers in their homes as much, you know what I'm saying? Like people think it's bad to be vulnerable, or like it's bad, or like it's weak to be vulnerable, you know what I'm saying? Like as a man. Like, bro, I saw this video the other day of like this dad. He was in the pool and he was kissing his son, and like he like tossed him across the water and shit. It was cool, it was whatever. And everybody's in the comment section being like, what the fuck, calling him out for kissing his son and shit like that. It's like, bro, like,
talking about.
like, bro, like, y'all, yeah, I feel like everybody thinks like that because, like, bro, nobody had dads in their homes to like actually show them love, you know, like, or like nobody got love from a father figure, like, or like, you know, we're all used to getting love from our moms and shit like that, you know what I'm saying, whatever, or like, you know, our tias and sisters and shit, whatever. But like from a man, it's like, you know, it's kind of weird for us to like experience like love like that. It's like
even just hearing the words from them, like "I love you," son.
Yeah, it's like weird. Like, you're like, what?
it
like,
is.
you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, and I feel like it's because of that, for the detachment of like the generation from like the parenthood. You know
And
what I'm
you
saying?
feel like it is like a feminine energy to it, but really it's just love. Like,
well, it's like yeah, like people feel like it's feminine. Yeah,
like
exactly.
they hear that from like one dad telling like their son, like "I love you, son."
Yeah.
Like, I never heard that. What the fuck?
Yeah.
You know?
Like I heard this shit too. There's other guy on I forgot what they were talking about. He was like, man, yeah, I'm working with a couple black guys. And he's like, I don't know what it is. Like, we're cool, we're all friends and shit. He's like, but whenever I sneeze, they don't say bless you.
What?
He's like, what? Like, he's like, I don't know if it's hard to look cool while saying bless you or something like that, or like act tough. Like, and I feel like, like I guess, but you can see like how people like would think like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, like any sign of like weakness and shit like that is like, you know, like it's a sign of weakness, or you know,
Depending how they grow up, people in general, like if they grow up in the hood versus like
yeah, and that's what I mean. Like most people that grow up in the hood are like, you know, don't have father figures, you know, and like I'm saying, like their relationship with other men is kind of like is weird. Like besides, like I guess like, you know, people that you hang out with, like, you know, our age and shit, but like from a older figure and shit like that, like I don't know, I feel like you know, people period. Like you can always, you know, with children, you can see how they got to where they are because of their parents, right? Like you can see,
definitely,
you know, like if people don't care too much or, you know, whatever, you can see it, you know? So I think that like, there's just a whole generation of people like that haven't, you know, don't have that type of like, I think, you know, maybe I had my dad in my life for a good amount, but like, you know, not all the time, you know? And like, I do think there's times where like, maybe, you know, I didn't learn something that I should have, you know what I'm saying? And like, I felt, you know, in a way like, not prepared, you know what I'm saying, or like uncomfortable, you know what I'm saying, when you know, like, and I feel like a lot of people probably feel like that, you know, and it's crazy, and it's just weird to be like, I don't know, I guess that's what I'm trying to say is like, you know, that's what I want to do with, I guess, you know, with my life and with my, this influence and shit like that, is just be like, bro, like, that's why I love Kendrick Lamar and shit too, bro, like, for real, like, we needed to get to that eventually, but, you know, like, because, bro, Kendrick can get vulnerable and still show you that, like, you know, it doesn't make him less of a man, you know, like, and how, you know, Drake would be like, oh, I can sing, I can talk about emotions and everything, and it doesn't make me a pussy and shit like that. Like, yeah, that you can, you know what I'm saying? But like, at the same time, I don't think that Drake gets to like the deep levels of emotion that like Kendrick gets to and shit, like talking about, like, well, I just don't think that like, you know, they're both different too, though, at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Like, Kendrick's more, you know, my height, you know, shorter, we have to deal with similar problems and shit, you know what I'm saying, whatever. And Drake's fucking, you know, 6'1", whatever the fuck, he just, you know, there's just different lives. Yeah, I think he's 6'1".
Damn,
you know what I'm saying?
I
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah, so you know what I'm saying, like, it's like, it's different lives, you know what I'm saying? So like, maybe he doesn't have to like, he never actually went through those type of like emotions and shit to be like, maybe I'm not enough, maybe, you know, or like dealing with the actual like realities of like your situation being like, maybe I want to be more, but this is what I am now, and like, you know, I'm me, and I'm badass either way.
I mean, I hear you, because a lot of women are over here like, hey, I want to talk.
Exactly,
King, and
exactly. That's what society. You know what I'm saying? That's what society looks for. You know what I'm saying? Whatever might not be whatever the fuck like everybody, but like, hey, we're still fucking badass. Like we still, you know, it is what it is. Like and I don't know. I think we were talking about it before too. You know, like reality, bro. Like you can't deny reality. You know what I'm saying? Like just like how we're talking about.
It's double standards, because we look at women like that.
Exactly.
Too, you know?
Yeah, and you can't like deny reality. You know, like you can only like ignore it. Really, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but you can't deny it. It's there, you know what I'm saying? And we all abide by it, you know, in the same way. But it's like,
Going back to genetics, so I mean, like survival of the fittest. People that lived back then were probably bigger, stronger.
yeah,
It's crazy to think about, and that's
yeah,
the
it's true.
women, like it passed down to them, and as men, it just kind of
it's,
kept
it's
going.
wired
too.
in us, to like the type of shit that we look for in women and in men,
Exactly.
It's crazy, but I mean, I don't know. That's why I think that like Kendrick shit is I don't know, just that ability to get emotional, like to actually like be able to make music about and like express yourself with like deep emotions, like like maybe emotions that like people aren't proud to feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they're still emotions. They're still part of that reality. That you can't omit. Like
I feel like
part
that
of your
way.
reality.
I feel like that way about that rapper D Baby. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
Now with his music, I mean,
Fuck with him?
he opens up a lot in his music. He talks about getting like heartbroken, getting played, ODing in his backyard at like a young age.
I never listened to D Baby. Shout out D Baby, but
Being
yeah, I
with
never.
the girl and finding out like he was raising a kid that wasn't his the whole time, that he thought from like
Really?
beginning to the point that where he found out like, damn, that ain't my kid.
Damn.
And he even posted like, yeah, that ain't my kid, but I mean, I raised him or
Yeah.
her. It was a boy. It's
Yeah.
like that is my kid at that point,
Yeah, nah, yeah, for sure.
That's
like,
crazy though. Like to be rapping about that, like get a text message from the baby mama being like, yo, this kid ain't even yours, type shit.
But that's the shit I think that his hardest, like you're saying, like because bro, like
Opening up.
opening up or being like, cause bro, like you're a rapper, right? So you're kind of already at a position to where like everybody looks up to you. You know what I'm saying, in a way. So everybody's like, damn, he's crazy. Look at all this money. Look at all this. But then to open up and be like, bro, like, this is some shit that y'all don't know. You know what I'm saying? This is some shit that like I'm not even proud of, but I'm gonna, or maybe he is proud of it. You know what I'm saying? I think you should
It
be proud
made
of it. You know what I'm saying? Like
It made him who he is.
exactly right. Like yeah. So it's like to be able, and yeah, I mean he kind of has to be proud of it to be able to like open up like that, to be able to open up. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
you feel me?
To
Like
go
'cause I
with
feel
it.
like if you're not, I mean not like super proud of it in a good way, but like to respect it. I guess like that.
Accept it. Just
To
like,
respect
hey,
it,
it
yeah,
happened.
and
It is
accept
what it is.
It made me who I am. You know what I'm saying? Like and not like shy away from it. You know what I'm saying? Or try to cover it up because that's whenever shit like gets
Yeah, when
worse.
you try
know
to
what I'm
hide
saying?
everything.
Hell yeah, and then eventually you fucking take shrooms and you fucking like
Whatever it may be. I
yeah,
mean,
and
people
flip
might
out.
go to the bottle and then
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy.
Instead of just facing those things and being like, it does hurt, it sucks, you know what I'm saying? But it's like that is life. You know what I'm saying like, and like just basically what we're saying, like trying to ignore reality or trying to not face the reality. You know what I'm saying?
And like you mentioned, everybody has their story. I mean, we all have a background from like that we feel like in our eyes it hurt, and
Yeah, exactly. And that adds to our story, like you're saying, like everybody has that shit, and I don't know. I never listened to D Baby like that, but I'm gonna have to listen to him a little bit more. I'm not gonna lie. I always thought that he just sounded like Kevin Gates,
in a way he did.
right?
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of what he was like, kind of doing when he first came out, in a way, right?
I don't know. I mean, I heard his old music back then.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really fuck with it.
Oh,
Like his
really?
old music before like the fame and before like anything.
Yeah. But recently, it's just
I mean, I fuck with it.
yeah.
He does have his like lyrics, like not lyrics, but his voice.
His delivery and shit.
They even
yeah.
made a music. They made music together now.
Yeah, right. I think they did, huh?
Yeah.
That's pretty badass, bro. That's sick, bro. I can't. And that's the thing, bro. I never really been the type to like hate on nobody, especially like from Houston and also like that's Mexican. I think he just like he didn't go to JV.
Nah, he had a cousin that went there.
For real, I think I know a girl that said she knew him. They were in JV, but I don't know, cause
Well, a girl went to JV that knew him for
yeah?
a bit.
well he was like a class above us, huh? Cause I know people that know him that went to JV.
You're like a class or two above me.
Oh, yeah,
You're
huh?
probably like 3 or 4 above
Tripping,
me.
yeah. So I don't know. I think he did go to JV, but I don't know.
Damn, really?
So, cause I know people that know him that did go to JV.
Mhm.
Like, so I don't know, but it
Well,
is
yeah,
what it-
because
but-
they're all from like the branch and everything.
branch
yeah.
exactly. Yeah, they're all from there. Crazy, bro. But man, what did you think about this? The Kendrick and Drake shit. What do you think about that?
It was crazy. I'm not gonna lie. And
Yeah.
when that Not Like Us, god damn, he went off on him.
Bro, ridiculous, bro. I think he played him at his own game, bro.
And that was another thing too. Like everything going on with P Diddy. Like I believe all that. The
Yeah.
Hollywood.
Oh yeah.
The
Hell
Illuminati,
yeah.
whatever.
Exactly.
Because I mean, the devil was the angel of music at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And they talking about like having contracts and everything, all these parties. Like how bad do you really want the money? We
Yeah.
gotta blackmail you. We gotta have you on tape doing fucked up things. That
Yeah,
way, if
yeah.
you get out of line,
Yeah, exactly.
because all these people are looking up to you. All you gotta be is like, yo, people wake up, and they're gonna wake up. Like,
Yeah.
nah, bro.
Yeah, it's true, bro. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
we gotta fucking.
Where do you want to lead him? to the
Yeah.
slaughter, bro. You want to lead them to the slaughter, to prison, bro. Like
Exactly.
that's hard.
Guns, drugs,
Yeah,
women,
exactly, bro.
hoes.
Crazy, bro. And it's crazy. Like you sound that
Glorifying
we
it.
sound corny, like saying that that's not where it's at. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
that's not the cool thing.
That
you know
ain't
what I'm saying?
living.
And like that's basically like what the whole Kendrick and Drake shit is about, because like basically Kendrick is saying that like, you know, Drake is that. Drake is how the culture is right now.
Colonizer, bro.
Yeah. You know? He's saying Drake is how the culture is right now. Like that's what he's saying about the party, like watch the party die and shit like that. Like he's basically saying he wants to change all that. But like, I don't know, like I fuck with Kendrick. I love Kendrick, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, bro, like I don't know, like it's a wild thing, like how like if you really want to make change, you know what I'm saying? Like to the what he's saying, like he wants to watch the party die, he wants to bring a new era into hip hop basically, or life period, you know what I'm saying? And like I don't know, it's just crazy because like I think of it in terms of like making change, right? Actually wanting to make change, like, and I think that like if you're, you know, we had this conversation before, me and my cousin, about like what Kendrick Lamar's doing. Like he thinks he's like fake woke, you know, like that all this shit is just performative, and he only makes music to like gather people whenever like bad times come and shit like that for black people and shit like that, you know. And I don't know, my and he's saying even more like what emphasizes that is like that on this album, like that he's like switching sounds, like he's not even like doing what he's known for doing, like he's basically being performative like for this new album, like not making, like basically saying that like he should have made more music like that, like more spiritual music or whatever the fuck, if he really wanted to, if he's really about what he's about, right?
Okay.
But the way I see it, bro, like if you really want to make changes in this whole, like in anything, I think like you can't like just be completely opposed to it. You know what I'm saying? Like saying like whatever the fuck, like or whatever, saying like fuck the government, right? Say we're fuck the government.
Right.
All we're gonna do is just say fuck the government, and they're gonna know that exactly who we are, what our intentions are, and shit like that. You know, and it's over before it even starts.
Real talk. I mean, we're monitored.
Yeah. And so like, you know, like basically like saying in ways of the government being like, I think like a real way you would make change, right? Like is to have to go along with it.
Got to be the change.
You have to be in that system. Or not even in the system. You have to be at the top of that system to be able to really make change. You know what I'm saying? So like, bro, I think that like, well, I guess like justifying like how he's making music now is being like, you know, I wouldn't say that he's like just being performative and like just putting shit on, like acting like somebody he's never acted before, because they're saying he never like made this type of music before. Whatever.
Yeah, I've never heard that. Like
right?
the beat and everything.
Yeah,
too.
like West Coast shit. Like,
There
that's
you
what
go.
they're saying.
Yeah.
Like that he's
His
never been on
background.
that. But I mean, like, bro, that's where he's from. Like, you know, that's that shit. You know what I'm saying? I guess whatever. Like, I feel like he can like lay back on that. Like, if he needs to, you know what I'm saying? Like, he could do that besides the regular shit that he does. You know what I'm saying? But like, I think he's just like using it, like, you know what I'm saying, beating Drake at his own game, like making a song that's a hit. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy as fuck because like I think, you know, I watch this battle like very closely and shit. You know, it's crazy because like, so at the beginning, like Drake dropped that tailor-made freestyle, saying that like basically telling Kendrick to drop, like drop, bro, drop, and and he was saying like, bro, Kendrick, he's like, you got to come with the quadruple entendre, like something that's gonna, you know what I'm saying? Because he's saying like Kendrick's too like lyrical with his shit, whatever the fuck. And bro, Kendrick literally went the opposite way. Like he didn't. I mean, there is like, you know, metaphors and shit like on this album and shit, and it is badass. But like most of it is just straight up just being like, fuck this nigga Drake. Like, bro, like this shit is, you know, like and just straight like as popping as it could be. There's no like hidden messages or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
And I feel like even Drake went that route. Like he went more lyrical. Like I to really like break down these songs and shit, bro. I think that Drake had badass songs. I like most of Drake's like diss songs towards Kendrick. You know? Like I think like if to be like a you know like a student of like rap, or like to be like somebody that appreciates rap like that, like you have to love those tracks, bro. Like he went fucking crazy. Like it was literally like a Jedi fucking like killing like mad fucking other, you know what I'm saying? Like
While
just going,
bullets are flying at him,
yeah,
just
like it was like
deflecting
John Wick type
everything.
shit. Like it was dope, bro. Like you have to love it. You have to respect it, you know. And like, but what I think that like, he didn't, I guess like estimate for was that like Kendrick would do what he did to Meek Mill, you know, like make a song that doesn't it does like it's a hit. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't fucking you don't have to read all into it and shit. It's just a hit. Like it's a diss song to you and it's a hit. Like you know what I'm saying? Drake is trying to I feel like he was really trying to get way more lyrical. I think I don't even think it's like that controversial to say, but like I think Drake's diss tracks were way more lyrical than Kendrick's. Like, well, a couple. I would say a couple because like he just went in and like Kendrick kind of just fell back and was like, you know what? I'm gonna beat you at your own game, and like I think that's where he's at right now, and it's fucking it's crazy, it's sick. Like I love it, bro. I love this like era that we just witnessed and shit. That shit was crazy, you know. And hopefully it's not over yet. Hopefully there's still more to come, you know. But I don't know. I guess we'll see. But
I think it kind of.
you think it's over?
I think it's over, bro.
Really? Like
Yeah.
you think? Well, because I'm thinking like in terms of like the Super Bowl's coming, right? He's still got to do the Super Bowl, and he's probably gonna drop like maybe another project, maybe not an album, you know, but something. And I don't know. I feel like Drake and Party Next Door are gonna drop their shit soon.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're gonna drop their shit soon. Like they already said that they're working on it. They said by the time it gets cold, so like around this time,
Right now.
yeah, they're probably gonna drop it like or early next year. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But I can't see a work. Well, I mean, maybe it probably would work out best for Drake if he just didn't respond back. You know what I'm saying? Like just kept moving, just make beautiful music, like for real, like do it. And Kendrick said that he was like, bro. He's like, I like Drake when he sings melodies. Like, I don't like him when he acts tough. Like, it's true. Like, and that's what he's gonna do with his new album. That Party Next Door album, great melodies and shit. Like, but which would be good. I think it would be really good for him. And that's the shit that like, I think he does really good. Like he does really well. Like those singing, rapping songs and shit like that. Like he's one of the best, or probably the best at doing that shit right now.
I hear you.
But yeah, I think he.
No cap.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be
Like the old Drake and everything,
Yeah, he's good. He's not. That's the thing, bro. Like a lot of people like this nigga be saying like I don't love Drake. Like, bro, I love Drake. Like you can't not love Drake. You know what I'm saying? Like he just makes great music. You know what I'm saying?
He's got
like,
good music. I mean,
you can't hate on
gotta
him.
give
You know
it
what
to
I'm saying? I just think if you like, I'm just not a dry hater. Like you know what I'm saying? I'm not just gonna just hate on him just because you know what I'm saying? Like. Whatever. I might joke here and there about like, whatever the fuck, but I'm not, every time somebody plays his music, you know what I'm saying? I'm probably the first one to start singing that shit, you know what I'm saying? Cause
you know it already.
like, bro, I love rap, you know what I'm saying? So like I guess you could just say that like, he's just like a commodification of rap, you know what I'm saying? Like, like fast food rap, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Which is good, you know what I'm saying? Like I love McDonald's, you know what I'm saying? But is it really good for you? Like at the end of the day, like
is it even food?
like that's a metaphor, but like still, like for real, like is it, like when it comes to that shit, because it's like I don't know, man. It's just too much fake shit, too much weird shit.
There's a lot of music out there that like, but that's where it comes down to at the end of the day. Like they don't have that kind of exposure to get out there. But why do you think that is? What are they talking about?
Yeah, exactly. Like what it's not something that record labels want to sell.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Record labels are crooked. I mean, that's why a lot of people go independent or want to break free from them.
Yeah, exactly. That's the way to go, really, like
independent. Do you?
For real, because, you're just going to give somebody else half of your shit, like
more than half.
More than half.
Yeah,
probably all of your shit. Yeah,
exactly.
Exactly, bro. So that's the way, I don't know. I just really want to, enlighten people's minds and shit to be like, you can do really whatever the fuck you want to do. Just do it, bro. You know what I'm saying? For real. Like that's why I wanted to have you on here because I know you've been, chasing your passion, for already a couple of years, bro. You've been doing it for 4 years.
Going on 5.
And that's sick. And like, I don't know. I just love that, bro. I love when anybody just does something that, they want to do, doesn't give up. You know what I'm saying? For real. Like, cause that's how I feel like I you have to be for your dreams. Like, like me right now, I did demolition, you know what I'm saying? But like every day, bro, I was just like, thinking about doing this shit for real, like about all right, I'm making this sacrifice so I could do that. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah, you got that vision for a reason, man.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. And I just feel like I said, like that's what we have to do. Stay consistent and just going, keep growing and shit. And
definitely, I mean, if you're not consistent, then nothing's gonna come out of it.
Exactly, bro.
You gotta put work. Yeah. You gotta put the art together, man, and put it out there.
That's my biggest thing right now. I just now I'm back home. You know what I'm saying? I'm working in town and shit. So like I have more time to do this shit. So it'd be more badass, but it's just one step, you know what I'm saying? We gotta just keep on going, And
hey, but at least you're doing it. A lot of people have that vision and they don't even get to it.
That's one thing, bro. I was working, because I've done a couple episodes already, you know what I'm saying? Like I was loving it, bro. Like everything about it, like editing, all this shit, whatever the fuck, I stopped and I was like, man, like I still had all this shit. So I'm like, man, like, what am I doing, bro? I'm dry, just wasted like, a whole year, like, not doing shit. But like, it's how you look at it, you know what I'm saying? Cause like, I'm working, providing for my family and shit. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know, bro. I just felt like I was at work, bro. And I was just like, man, I'm 26. Like I could do this, I could do whatever I do. Like demolition shit, I could do it. It's, it's not that it's not hard. It is hard, but it's like, it's comfortable shit. You know what I'm saying? You could do that. It's good money and shit, whatever. But like, I don't know. Every day, dead ass, I'd be thinking about doing this shit and like, saving on, like thinking I'm doing this to be able to do this, and then I don't know, just to be able to. Yeah, I was just like saying, man, like I'm 26. I know if I don't do it now, what I'm saying, if I don't keep going, like I'm gonna look back and I'm gonna be like, bro, like
you're gonna regret it.
Fuck yeah, bro, like because I already did it too, you know what I'm saying? Like I've already seen what it's like and I do love it, you know what I'm saying? It's not like so shit's just sick, that's what I feel like I need to do. That's my purpose right now to I don't know, help people with whatever the fuck the stories and shit that I think, that I can give to them and that people like, that you could, help give to other people. So I think you said a bunch of shit on here that was like, pretty deep and pretty profound, for real. Like, just, in casual conversation, I think that's, a lot of people could use that shit,
I hear you, man. And I mean, they either take the info or they don't, but there's hella people out there. There's always going to be a crowd for one thing or another. But one person, like a woman, she can be a 10 out of 10 in my eyes, and in your eyes, she's a 1 out of 10. But just how the people are, man.
Exactly, bro.
Keep creating.
Exactly. And I think you just want to, with this, with being on here and everything, I just want to influence people just to, I don't know, think deeper and, just do better. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all we can do, right?
Right.
We learn every day, you know what I'm saying, something new, you know what I'm saying, dead ass. And that's what's so beautiful about life.
Every day is a new day,
bro,
man.
I really
you don't know what's
love
gonna
life,
happen,
bro. That shit is crazy, bro, for real. Like, I don't know. You never know what the fuck is gonna happen in this fucking every second, every instant, bro. It's fucking amazing, And that's why I love this. I love talking to people, and I love, music and shit, because I feel like that's two of the most, like, beautiful things that come out of, like, art and shit, like, reflections of life, like, information and shit, and also, like, I don't know, music is definitely something fucking otherworldly. For real. Like, that shit's crazy.
I believe it. I mean, it came from up
like you're
there,
saying,
like
you know what I'm saying?
The angel of music, man.
Like, yeah, because there's something about it, bro, that, like, it transcends culture, it transcends, languages and shit like that, it's
like it began with like people back in the day, like making a drum by tapping on like a rock or like
man,
not a rock,
I don't know.
but
I feel
like
like
a log, bro.
I feel like it's the same thing like what we said about like forbidden knowledge. Like people didn't know how to do.
Now we have instruments.
You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like it's all like gifts given to us from like other like entities and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because like how do you just start singing? You know what I'm saying? Like like a caveman. Like how are you a caveman and then you sing a badass melody like. Like maybe you accidentally do it and then maybe something like that, but like I don't know, bro. Music is just so like mystifying and fucking like mysterious and shit. It's so beautiful. Like it's just vibrations and shit, but like it makes you feel actual shit. You know what I'm saying? Like a song comes on that you love, like you be going through some badass like terrible shit. But like say you weren't expecting like your favorite song to come on, like bro, you feel fucking
your mood just
immediately.
Bam.
Like what? It's crazy, Like and that's I mean it definitely has to do with like we're saying things that we can't see, like the vibrations and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like we're vibrating too.
Yeah.
Crazy as fuck.
I think that there's times where we like bless you. Music, we've attached it to like memories. Maybe we were having a good day when we first found out about that song, and years later you hear it. You're like,
yeah,
I remember being in the backseat hotboxing, and the homie put this like
Hell yeah, it's mad times or mad music that like I listen to and shit that like I might not like it as much if something like it just reminds you of that time. You know what I'm saying? Like where you were at that time.
That memory and holding on to it.
And yeah, it is like a piece of that you can still having, you know what I'm saying, in the present.
But definitely like frequencies within it too. I mean, they all play a part in the body whether we want to admit it or not, whether we know it or not.
Oh yeah. It's crazy, bro. It's ridiculous. But, shit, man, we've been on here for a long time, bro. Let's go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you so much for coming, bro.
Man,
seriously.
Thank you for having me out here, dog.
Love, bro.
Oh yeah, we got to do it again.
Go ahead and follow my boy.
Trapparelrx on
yes,
Instagram.
I'm gonna put all your shit.
Trapparelrx.
Yes, sir. Hell yeah, not for real. Go ahead and follow my boy and support that, get that merch, cause man, that shit is hot. That that one, that Houston shirt, that shit's hot.
Yeah.
But you're always making shit, or
Honest, man, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Kind of like you've been talking about, I haven't been on it the way
Yeah.
I used to be, and I haven't been creating like raw material. Like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Houston logo was raw. Man, I was in my room for like a month or two, like writing,
You made
drawing.
that, yeah. Crazy.
And I found a digital creator in California. Believe it or not, I went to a T-shirt company around here. He's like, yeah, I got a boy in California, and I hit him up, and he helped me bring it to life. I'm like,
That's
hell
dope,
yeah,
bro. That's sick. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Just, man, you know, if it's something that you love to do, you know what I'm saying? Even if it's not, even if you see yourself, you know, like going into different, you know, avenues or directions with it. Because I see myself, you know, maybe eventually, you know, like, I don't know. I feel like I want to do a lot, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. You know, I feel it's just like we said before with that, you know, the guy who thinks he can and the guy who thinks he can't.
Exactly.
You know, like,
This was kind of like me showing myself, like, bro,
Yeah.
if you really want to do anything, you can put it together. It'll
Do
take
it, bro.
time, but you can do
Yeah,
it.
you can
And you're
do
gonna
it.
meet people. You're gonna network.
Exactly.
And you're
That's
gonna
the beautiful
learn.
part. That's a beautiful part, bro. Too like that's one thing I haven't been doing that I really think I need to. Well, I mean, you know, I haven't been able to. I've been working out of town.
Well,
and
then,
shit like that, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
it
But,
is
like,
different.
But still, you know, I do want to get out there and, you know, network this shit. You know that I don't know if you've seen. I did a podcast like on the street. I need to do more on the street podcasts.
I didn't know
and
you
shit
did
like
that.
Yeah,
No,
like,
I didn't know you
we're just
did
going
that.
up to people asking questions and
You
shit
gotta
like
do
that. I
that,
gotta
bro.
do
You're in a big city,
Exactly,
you know?
bro. This is a beautiful city, bro. For real, like.
I've even thought about doing that, and how you talked about people coming up with the idea. I was like, bro, I ought to walk around Houston and like play trivia with them, like
Yeah.
based off of like our culture and how
Yeah,
people
bro.
are doing it. And I'm like, I don't want to do it and look like that guy, like copying him.
Dang,
But
that's wild. Yeah,
yeah, no, I'm like, all right,
I
it
feel
is
you.
what it is,
For
man.
me, bro, like I feel like I don't know. I'm starting to get to the point where like bro, it's hard for me to say because like I do give a fuck what people think. You know what I'm saying? Like just for people to be like, I don't give a fuck. I mean, I probably want to get there. You know, eventually. You know what I'm saying? To be like, I really don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like I do. You know what I'm saying? I have a son. I have. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to. You know, there's certain things, but at the same time, it's like for me, I think like it's just certain shit that I've kind of always wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if I want to do it, I should just go do it. And like, cause I do feel like that all the time too. To like where I have one of those ideas, and I'll be like, I'll just talk myself out of it. I'll be like, bro, you're gonna be corny, like you're weird, blah blah blah, this and that. But
Yeah,
then like,
yeah.
I don't know. I go do it, and like, bro, that first time I did it, I don't know, bro. I just had mad fun, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, people were like looking at you weird. People were, you know what I'm saying, whatever the fuck. But like, I don't know. I was having fun. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's just how you go about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, because
I mean, they might look at it as weird, but y'all are weird for not liking it in a way.
exactly. Or
too,
like, I feel like I look at them like, man, y'all weird for not doing something.
exactly,
you know
like
what I'm
they're
saying?
weird for not liking like you having fun.
Yeah. Well, it's that shit. You know, like what Travis said that one time. He's like, if you hate me, you hate yourself. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
Deep down, I mean, I feel like that. Like when people talk about other people, like, what are
Yeah.
you dealing with? Why
Yeah,
are you
100%.
telling? Like, why is that person annoying to you?
100%, bro.
That you don't see about yourself because it's you. You know?
Exactly, bro. People be like projecting like that without even noticing.
Yeah, yeah.
Be like, man, this person be complaining a lot. Like, bro, you're complaining right now. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
You know, like it's just crazy, bro.
Exactly. They'll be like, oh, fuck that person. They're a bitch. Like, bro, you're bitching right now.
Literally, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, you know, I don't know. It's just like, it's just some crazy shit. You know, I want to be able to influence, you know, men of like, you know, our age, you know, like the younger boys coming up and shit too, to be like, you know, bro, I really think we need to make like a whole like community out of this whole eventually, you know what I'm saying? Just to be like, you know, and I do want to do that too. I want to have events. I want to have like shit like that, you know, to where, you know, we actually like do more than just talk about, you know, what we're gonna do for kids and shit. But like, I want to actually like, you know, but that's the thing, bro. Like kids, bro. I don't know. We were all there. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to tell a kid to like learn from your mistakes. You know what I'm saying?
It is, man.
It's
I mean,
hard.
I'm even there right now. People told me to go to school after high school. I was like, man, I'm gonna go work. Now I'm
Yeah.
working. I'm like, this ain't it.
Yeah. You know, and it's just certain shit that like I said, like if we had somebody there, like, you know, that's what I want to be. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that I wish I had to help me whenever I was, you know, little.
I go off a quote, like, be the person that you needed when you were a kid.
Hell yeah.
You know, like, you know what you needed when you were a kid.
Yeah,
be
exactly.
that person,
Everybody-
and then other people can pick up on that.
And yeah, benefit from that, bro. Exactly. That's what we're doing, bro. That's all we're doing in 2025, bro. You know, straight up. Straight positivity, love,
Growth,
straight love,
positivity.
bro. Thank you so much, bro. for
Hey,
coming.
man, thank you.
We're out. Peace out.
Later. Man, you gotta keep it up, bro.
Hell yeah, bro. Thank you for coming, bro.
And thank you for having me out.
Like right now, it's kind of not that it's like hard to get people, but it's just like I wanna like not certain people. It's just, you know, I wanna.
Bro, you definitely can. You just might have to pay him a little bit, cause
And that's the thing. I don't know if I want to pay nobody, bro. I just want to like.